world, where tonight a DAC-12 dual doubleheader. The Dell Rapids Couriers and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. In the latter case, the home gymnasium, you're looking at a couple of the best teams in the state. It'll be a mighty challenge for both Dell Rapids teams, and it always is. This is one of the premier places, premier programs in South Dakota high school basketball. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt on our Avera Game of the Week, the simulcast, metrosports.tv, dakotanewsnow.com, and on the radio, Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, and KWSN.com. Brad, we go here once or twice a year for Fox Sports Radio. The place is always packed. And in both the Chargers' cases, the teams are always rocking and rolling, full of talent and well-coached.
And nothing's changed this year as we come into both the girls and the boys team here at Sioux Falls Christian, ranked number 1 in the state. And how often does that happen for the same school to have both teams sitting atop the poll and both undefeated already here 8 games in? And so, yeah, like you mentioned, this has just been a school that's been continuing to churn out great basketball talent.
The girls' teams are warming up right now. You can see it from our perch here behind one of the baskets at Sioux Falls Christian if you're watching on Metro Sports TV. We're just over 8 minutes away from tip-off. Let's dive into our pregame show, our Augustana games going on in high school basketball in Class A. And this was the top scorer from Friday night, and it was a big showdown, a top 5 tilt. Sioux Falls Christian beating Hamlin 58-47 to remain undefeated. And then tonight, Hamlin trying to bounce back at home against Sioux Valley. Vermilion, the number 2 ranked team in Class A, is at the 3rd ranked team in Class B, Lyman, who's 5-0. And then coming up on Friday, a big one between number 2 Vermilion, number 3 Mapaialuda, and top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian will be right back home against Rapid City Christian. Those are our Augustana games in Class A basketball this week, brought to you by Augustana University. Find your bold at Augustana, where hands-on learning, a vibrant community, and diverse opportunities prepare you to lead and succeed. I did not hit the note there on bold. Find your bold at Augustana.
Yeah.
Now the top 5 poll, brought to you by Touchmark. At All Saints, Brad, you've mentioned Sioux Falls Christian at 1. We've mentioned 2, 3, 4, and 5. Vermilion, Mapaialuda, Dakota Valley undefeated at number 4. My daughter's team from Viborg saw just what Dakota Valley can do damage-wise if they're in a pinch late in the game. They can put on the full-court press and rampage you. And Hamlin at number 5 with the narrow loss to Sioux Falls Christian on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, this is a loaded Class A again here on the girls' side this season. And Vermilion's got a great team as well, and Dakota Valley sitting there undefeated. And I mean, you look at just what the matchups are potentially going to be just in the regular season. With Sioux Falls Christian will match up against Dakota Valley and Vermilion at some point as well. Already played Hamlin, so this Charger team's going to get tested long before we get into the state tournament and the playoffs and things like that too.
So we've taken a look at the field. We'll narrow things down with tonight's specific matchup. 4-3 Dell Rapids, 8-0 Sioux Falls Christian. The girls' game to lead off, the boys ranked to follow. And so we take a look at our team profiles, brought to you by South Dakota State University. There the Couriers are. They're actually 4-5. They won at McCook Central Montrose, at Beersford, and lost against Elk Point Jefferson, a team receiving votes. It's a young team coached by a Dell Rapids alumnus, Nicole Pankinen.
Yeah, and she's playing, like you said, some young players, and I think even tonight you could see 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. So that's going to be a tall order coming in here with a young team like that playing up against a really good team. But this is a Dell Rapids team like you would expect with a lot of young players that's been getting better and better as the season has gone on. I think some big keys for them, especially here tonight, is they got to be all ready to handle the environment and playing up against a team that's going to really want to push the pace.
At our South Dakota State University team profile for the Chargers, I mean, we have mentioned how strong of a team they are. They're ranked number 1 in the state under 4th-year coach Dan DeYoung, 8-0, and they've already beaten a top 5 team in Hamlin on Saturday and some tough teams that are receiving votes. And Brad, boy, do they play defense.
Yeah, I mean, holding teams to just 43 points a game is kind of been their staple. I mean, they're going to do it with some pressure. They're going to try to press and really make life tough for their oppositions to get the ball across half court, and then they want to try to turn that into offense for them. And I mean, maybe equally as impressive is they've won every game by an average margin of 17 points. They really haven't been tested in most of their games this year. I mean, number 5 Hamlin gave them their best game here last Saturday for sure.
So we've taken a look at the teams. We now have the players to watch, the keys to victory, and then the tip-off. The girls' game first, then the boys' game. Nestle on in for a night of high school hoops, a double header from Sioux Falls Christian High School, where Dell Rapids is in town on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, The Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
All have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting with Thorse Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you, with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
at Sioux Falls Christian, where we have DAC 12 basketball, a doubleheader between the Dell Rapids Couriers and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. The girls first, and then the boys. It's our pregame show on our Avera Game of the Week, Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com. And it is now time for our players to watch tonight. As always, brought to you by Central Bank, and our player to watch tonight for the Dell Rapids Couriers, Jersey Schultz, a freshman at 5'11", averaging 12 points per game already. Welcome to the big leagues, kid, and she can do it all, especially down low.
Yeah, she's left-handed, very smooth player, and she's had a couple of really nice games for Dell Rapids, and like you said, yeah, welcome to the show. I mean, it's tough for any freshman to play varsity basketball. It doesn't matter what class you're in here in South Dakota, and Jersey's done a great job early on in her career doing that.
And our player to watch for Sioux Falls Christian, the number one ranked team in the state, 8-0. Coming into the game tonight, 8-0 on the year. Maya Nelson, a senior, 5'6", averaging 11 points a game. That's the team lead, so clearly it's an even distribution of points on this team, and she's the mailman for this team. She delivers.
Yeah, she averages 3 assists, so great job as just distributing the ball to teammates. She's the point guard, ball in her hands a lot, but probably her most essential asset is shooting the basketball in transition. Over 40% as a three-point shooter, 43 to be exact. That's a really good percentage. Oh, and by the way, she makes about 3 of those a game, John. So that's where a lot of her points come from, is the arc.
Real quickly, our Vernite keys to the game, Brad.
Well, I think for Dell Rapids, they got to take care of the basketball. They're going to have some pressure by Sioux Falls Christian coming at them. And for Sioux Falls Christian, they want to finish inside. When they get shots at the rim, they want to make good on those.
All right, ball is ready to get in the air. The Couriers in their all blacks jerseys and shorts, orange numerals, and the Chargers in their all whites jerseys and pants with silver numerals, and then the navy blue lettering, and they go left to right. As you'd see it on the radio, they're going right to left as you see it on TV. That's where our cameras are. We have an inside shot from the left block, missed from a few feet away by the Chargers, out of bounds, baseline, off of SFC. So the Couriers get the ball and the stop to start the game against the state's number one team. Now they have to go against a vaunted full court press. 4 of the Chargers are before the timeline. The Couriers get it across on a long pass and are able to set up their offense against the 2-3 zone from the Chargers, who are headed by Dan DeYoung in his 4th year. A lob from the left wing inside, a nice right-handed shot, a little scoop on in for Jersey Schultz, our player to watch, and it's 2-zip. Dell Rapids on the road.
Yeah, that's that terrific freshman for Dell Rapids, and she's got nice size at 5'11", was able to finish at the rim there.
Dell Rapids in a 2-3 zone itself. The Chargers keeping it around the arc on their second possession. A bounce pass to the baseline, back up top, right side. Now into the corner, a double team is set on right. She gets it to the top, a three-pointer's on the way. It's a little left and long from the hands of Katie Vanderlest, and the Couriers get the rebound and go left to right. Already up 2-zip, 120 in. Dell Rapids 4-5 on the year, 3 freshmen in the lineup. Sioux Falls Christian, the number one team in Class A, at 8-0. There's a head fake, a dribble down the baseline underneath, a shovel to the right wing, and a whistle blows. I think we're having some confusions. We heard the buzzer sound a couple times.
It's the shot clock.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it reset there. It should not have, so the officials will have to get together and decide what should be on the 35-second shot clock. Currently reached 30. It's probably going to need to be more in the 20 range.
Sioux Falls Christian's Gymnasium seats a little under 1,000. It's a nice small gymnasium. They always get good crowds here at 6:30 p.m. for the start of this girls' game. It's not quite full, but I'll expect it to be once we get into the fourth quarter of the girls' game into the boys' game. This place,
yeah.
And no matter how many people are in there, it's kind of like the Pentagon. No matter how many people are in there, it just usually feels loud, feels electric. So they got things figured out at the shot clock. 6:20 left in the first quarter. It's 2-zip Dell Rapids. They have the ball. They're at the top and now inside. And a nice one-on-one move in the lane. Ellie Olsen right over her defender. Flips it with her right hand. 2 shots near the hoop for Dell Rapids. 2 buckets and a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, this game could not have started better for the Couriers, right? They've gotten 2 stops and 2 scores.
And their coach, Nicole Penkinen, a Dell Rapids alumnus, a ball of fire on the sideline right now. She's young. She's guiding them, a 2-3 zone. Sioux Falls Christian keeping it outside the arc. Now they have a right wing three that's open but missed. Long by Wrights, but the rebound goes to the wing, and then a three ball on the way for a second chance is off for Vanderlest. The ball caroms off the rim all the way toward half court and out of bounds on the far side. And Sioux Falls Christian retains it. It's off one of the Couriers.
Yeah, this is one of the challenges for Dell Rapids in this game, John. When you're playing zone, one of the hardest things to do is defensive rebound, and they've given up a couple boards on this possession.
So the Chargers had the inbound at half court. Now they have a triple team on the right block, a kick out, right wing open. A player drew a crowd, and so a three ball is drained by Maya Nelson. Sioux Falls Christian on the board. It's 4-3. Now they have the full court press, a triple team before half court. A long outlet, another long outlet. Dell Rapids beat it, but then on a layup attempt on that final pass, Schultz is defended but fouled and will go to the line. So here's our replay on Metro Sports TV of the Chargers three-pointer.
Yeah, the Chargers did a nice job on that play. Our Vance Thompson vision replay there, showing a great inside out for Sioux Falls Christian to get them on the board. Trailing now 4-3, though, are the Chargers.
Schultz, 74% of the line, and her first shot missed short on the front rim. So the lefty who angles her feet off to the right, puts her left foot in front of the right, and positions herself for a swish on the second attempt. It's 5-3. Dell Rapids, the early lead. The Couriers 4-5 on the year. They're at undefeated number 1, Sioux Falls Christian. Chargers bounce it to the right block. A turnaround is short from 5 feet away. A rebound, a put back high, not even off the glass, just high. Airballed on the opposite side of the rim, hauled in by Dell Rapids, and here come the Couriers. Left to right, up 5-3, 3 minutes in. They've passed their first early test. They haven't been bombarded nor overwhelmed.
Well, big key is they haven't turned the ball over.
They lob it from the top of the key toward Schultz underneath. It's tipped away by Sioux Falls Christian, and then one of the Couriers tried to save it, and it's actually out of bounds on Dell Rapids. So a blank possession, a turnover for the Couriers. A couple of Chargers check out. In fact, 3 of them do, and here's a replay of what just happened.
That was great hustle that time by Sioux Falls Christian to keep that thing alive, and then they ended up getting the possession as a result.
Chargers down 5-3, but a right wing contested 3-ball in and out, and then a rebound underneath for Dell Rapids, and so the Couriers will take it left to right, up 5-3. Solid job defensively so far. A couple field goals and a free throw on offense against a 2-3 zone. They have it at the top. Now a dribble drive down toward the right block, a hanger high off the glass, then a battle for the board on the left baseline, and the jump ball whistle that goes to Dell Rapids. They'll retain it, and they get a fresh shot clock. 4:10 remaining, first quarter, 5-3, Couriers with the lead. And Ellie Olson, who was hurt mid-season last year, will inbound the ball, but we might have some confusion again or some issues with the clock. Yeah, I don't know why they would get a fresh 35, or should, yep, there it is. That makes more sense. Now there's 18 on the shot clock.
Yeah, should reset on a foul, but just and that's what they're talking about here. And they are going to give them a 35, fresh 35 on that because there was a foul, right?
So Olsen inbounding near underneath the hoop, looking all over the place. 5 count, almost gets there. It's tipped by a Charger at the top of the key, but recovered by Clara Justice for Dell Rapids. And so the Couriers set up against this 2-3 zone, still up 5-3, throwing it around the arc. Now a lob toward the baseline through the hands. Just a too high of a pass towards Schultz, who can't haul it in. At 5'11", it goes out of bounds. And another Dell Rapids turnover. The Chargers have it back.
Yeah, our Vance Thompson vision replay showing the turnover here as they tried to go high-low with it and just a little too high of a pass to handle. And Dell Rapids, their second turnover of the game.
Chargers, quick ball movement. They kick it up top. 3-ball is down. And the Chargers have their first lead of the game at 6-5. Hard to see the numbers. I think that was Maya Nelson. Then we have a whistle, a foul on SFC trying to put on the full court press after the inbounds pass.
Yeah, you're correct about that. Nelson has both threes for Sioux Falls Christian. And like you mentioned, they now have their first advantage in this one, 6-5.
Senior captain and point guard, one of the first to come off the bench as a freshman and has started every game since. So Dell Rapids beats the press. They get long passes down the floor, but then they get to the most important person on the field who hauls in the ball in the post. and a shot block by the Chargers out of bounds. It'll be Dell Rapids ball off the inbounds pass. Leslie Setzer at 6'2" off the bench, getting a big shot block. And so Courier's throwing it in, tipped around, long arms, and Sioux Falls Christian gets the steal. We're starting to see why they're the number one team in the state. Long outlet to the left baseline, and a whistle blows. And
it's traveling.
Thank you. And travel. I was looking at one official and not the official giving the sign, but the Chargers traveled because why, Brad? Dell Rapids is getting back. I mean, they're defending well so far, down 6-5.
Yeah, you got to be happy with where you're at defensively if you're Dell Rapids. Taking care of the basketball, though, that's the key for the Warriors in this game. They've had 3 turnovers, though, now in their last 4 possessions.
And now they're pinned in the corner on the inbounds pass, and another Charger comes in to swat an attempted pass away. The Warriors will retain possession on the hash mark on the near side. Again, on Sioux Falls Christian's side. And a pass toward the opposite side of the court, sideline to sideline, goes over the head of the intended receiver, the 5'11" Schultz. So the Chargers full court press hurries Dell Rapids into another turnover. That's 3 in the last 4 or 5 possessions. Chargers get the ball back up 6-5. They inbound it to half court, set up their offense against a 2-3 zone. On the right wing, there's a shot fake. We had another buzzer, and apparently
it's
we
the
have
shot clock again.
Issues.
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do, why the shot clock's really even being touched at that point, but something's resetting when it shouldn't be. And then you hear the shot clock horn going off when that happens.
So 3:08 left in the first quarter. It's a 6-5 Sioux Falls Christian lead. 28 seconds down the shot clock. Sioux Falls Christian will inbound the ball as soon as we have the issues figured out. But as you can see on metrosports.tv, 2 of the officials are still chatting with the clock operator. And
which is interesting. I mean, we played 2 sub-varsity games here before, and the shot clock worked fine. But for whatever reason, it's got the gremlins going on right now during the varsity game here.
I've worked a game or 2 at the scorer's table. I'm sure you have as well. And live radio and TV is one thing. It's scary for us. But being in a gym where everybody's staring at you and you know the problem is on your end, whether it's your fault or not, or the machinery's fault, it's no fun. And meanwhile, the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers are a little herky-jerky in the backcourt, forced into a travel. And that was going to give the ball back to the Warriors. And Jersey Schultz driving down the baseline, trying to file a pass out to the right wing. Player knocked down. It is out of bounds, and no fouls. Out of bounds off the Warriors. Another stop for Sioux Falls Christian. So after a nice early start, Warriors being knocked off kilter a little bit by Sioux Falls Christian. And now the Chargers have the ball, looking to get their offense going. A drive down the right rails and a stuff near the right block. And then out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. So it was Emery Lenz, a 6-foot sophomore off the bench, trying to drive on a double team. Couldn't recover off the block shot. Warriors pass it in. Of course, the full court press is right there for Sioux Falls Christian to bat the ball into the corner.
Yeah, there's this pressure for Sioux Falls Christian's just unrelenting. I mean, it's everywhere. It's 94 feet.
So the Warriors bounce it in underneath the Sioux Falls Christian hoop. Now they get it toward the far sideline. Now toward half court. Batted away by the Chargers. Picked up by the Warriors. Long pass up ahead. 1-on-2 drive. And absolute stuff at the rack. The Warriors' Josie Price falls splat to the ground on her double team. No foul called, but it was out of bounds on the Chargers off the block. So the Warriors throw the ball inbound underneath, knocked away by the Chargers at the right elbow. Now a coast-to-coast drive, 1-on-1, and an easy layup ahead of the defense the whole way. And Sioux Falls Christian has an 8-5 lead and a steal off the inbounds pass and a drive right down the lane and a lay-in for Emery Lenz. And Nicole Penkinen, the Dell Rapids coach, has seen enough. A 7-0 Sioux Falls Christian run for a 10-5 lead with 2:20 remaining in the first quarter here on our Rivera Game of the Week. We'll keep it right here. Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt. And when Dell Rapids, the last several possessions, is just trying to get the ball across the court, I'm trying to think of video games where there's a lot of resistance. I mean, there's Pac-Man. I mean, where you're being chased away from a bunch of people. There's Tetris where you're trying to fit all the parts. It's a Rubik's Cube. How about that? We'll go away from the TV. It's just a riddle they have not been able to solve the last several times.
Well, and it's hard. Sioux Falls Christian's really good at what they do, right? And that's putting pressure on the basketball in the backcourt. And to begin the game, Del Rapids handled that pressure pretty well. But we're looking at one of those turnovers right now on Metro Sports TV. And the thing is when you turn it over against this pressure, it often leads to easy points for Sioux Falls Christian. And that's right now why Sioux Falls Christian is on a 7-0 run in this game right now to lead 10-5.
You see at the bottom of your screen Nicole Pankinen, the head coach at Del Rapids. She played at the school, spent 7 years coaching under her high school coach, Jeff Dvorak, and played at Dakota State University. So the Warriors, off of her timeout, now trying again to beat a full court press. And they get a long outlet pass to their right wing and a drive down the baseline, forcing a foul. So whatever can prevent the turnover and give you a chance at points is a win. And the Warriors get themselves to the line. Now the foul was on Emery Lenz, her first, Chargers third. Del Rapids yet to foul, and Taylor Schmidt is at the line to shoot 2. And her first right-handed flick, swish, never threatened the net. Del Rapids scores for the first time in a few minutes. Sioux Falls Christian puts 4 or 5 new players on the floor after that first free throw. And the second one is coming for Schmidt, a junior, post. And that one is through. So the Warriors get a couple points, get to breathe for a second. 10-7, the Sioux Falls Christian lead. Chargers the number 1 team in the state and the ball. 2 minutes remaining, first quarter. Setting up against a 2-3 zone. And they rifle a pass toward the high post. A couple dribbles, a kick out left wing, a whistle, and a travel is whistled on Ruth Dvorak for SFC. So the Chargers have turned it over a handful of times in this first quarter as well, and credit the Del Rapids half-court defense. And so the inbounds pass coming near the corner on the near side, and now a double team, a pass. Del Rapids barely gets out of the jam, dribbling all the way down the lane. Left-handed scoop is missed by Thorson, and a rebound for Sioux Falls Christian. Outlet pass, Chargers driving, kicking out. Right wing 3 open on the way. That is a 3-ball right through the nylon. The Chargers get that from Aubrey Van Beek and take a 13-7 lead. And now a double team on the full court press before the timeline. A lob tipped away, batted around, loose ball picked up at the timeline. A long pass up ahead. Schultz double teamed, can't get through the defenders, misses a point-blank shot, and it's rebounded by one of her defenders. So the Chargers get it. Del Rapids ready in the 2-3 zone. Chargers come down, whipping it around the arc. Now have it on the left wing. Nelson was in a bind up top. Now a right elbow turnaround is good. Back-to-back makes for Aubrey Van Beek, and it's 15-7 Sioux Falls Christian. The Chargers get a hand on the second pass after the inbounds, get the steal, and then get a foul in the mid-post as Avery Wrights took the shot and was fouled. She'll get 2.
Well, these turnovers in the backcourt really are hurting Del Rapids in this game because that's what's fueled Sioux Falls Christian's offense. When Del Rapids has been back in the half court, Sioux Falls Christian hasn't had a great success scoring the basketball.
Wrights makes her first free throw. Started last season. All-conference, all-tournament team at state. Honorable mention all-state. She can shoot the 3. She can get downhill, finish at the hoop. Chance for a pair of free throws to go down, and she does make the second. It is 17-7 Sioux Falls Christian. 47 seconds remaining first quarter. And the Chargers are now on a 14-4 run. The Warriors almost lose it again at the timeline on the full court press, but recover. And now they have it in the corner. Schultz back up near the top. 2-3 Sioux Falls Christian zone. Warriors get it to the right baseline. Step back 3 for Schultz is good. She had 1 foot over the line. It's a long 2, 17-9. Sioux Falls Christian lead. Shot clock is off. The rest of the 20 seconds of the first quarter are the Chargers. Dan DeYoung, the fourth-year head coach, will probably use it all. And right now, it's Maya Nelson just standing at the half-court circle, dribbling around. Down to 7, down to 6. Nelson now high right of the key, out to the right wing, down to 3. A bounce pass right elbow. A lot of defense, Del Rapids. Nelson at the buzzer from the top is off the mark, and we've reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors, a solid start against the state's number one team, but trails Sioux Falls Christian 17-9. We go to the second on the Avera Game of the Week on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
The Avera Game of the Week. We have 2 tonight, 2 more on Friday on the simulcast. Fox Sports 98.1, Metro Sports TV, DakotaNewsNow.com. It's high school hoops. The top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian Charger girls leading Dell Rapids 17-9 as we start the second quarter, and SFC moves right to left against a 2-3 zone. In the high post, a lob pass underneath, a quick fire out to the left wing, back up top, 3 ball on the way. Good open shot off the ball movement, but a little right of the rim. The Chargers save it underneath, fire it around the arc, a head fake, a drive to the high post, a kick out to the right wing, a 3 ball. That's off the mark, but a rebound and a putback is there after all that. Avery Reitz makes it a 19-9 Sioux Falls Christian lead.
Well, credit Sioux Falls Christian. They are really going after the Oglass now.
And the full court press bats one of the passes back toward underneath the Sioux Falls Christian hoop. The Warriors recover, and Nicole Pankinen has to use a 30-second timeout to prevent either a turnover or a 10-second violation before the timeline. And boy, Sioux Falls Christian, twice they didn't get the shots down, but we just saw, I can't keep up. The ball movement is crisp, and even when they still miss, they're going to have some length underneath. They seem to have strengths all over the court, passing, shooting, and then rebounding and putbacks underneath.
Yeah, I think Sioux Falls Christian's getting more comfortable going against the Dell Rapids zone. They're moving the ball well, like you said, and then they are really crashing the glass. They're sending 3 or 4 players to go after offensive rebounds. And we mentioned, when you're in a zone, it's hard to defensive rebound. Dell Rapids is struggling with that so far in this game, and it's tough because you don't have a certain player you're supposed to block out. You just got to go get that ball.
Dan DeYoung, the fourth-year head coach, certainly thinks that compared to his first 3 years, which were all successful seasons, this is the most complete team he has had. They press, but they're even better in half-court defense and a great combination of size, speed, and skill. Meanwhile, Dell Rapids breaks the full-court press, gets an open three-pointer from the left wing. Rory Thoresen knocks it down. She's 31% on the year beyond the arc. She's the team's leading scorer, and she just made this a 19-12 game, a 5-0 Dell Rapids run. Now the Chargers have things set up on the right block, a flare out to the top of the key. Maya Nelson looking around, bouncing right wing, a shot fake. Van Beek into the right elbow to Nelson, and then down the lane, a nice give, and just right down, taking the pass, and then going in for a right-handed scoop. Josie Price at the rim to make it 21-12, Sioux Falls Christian. A minute and a half into the second quarter, Warriors break the press. Their best player, Schultz, getting all the way down to the baseline, getting hounded. So now it's back up top, and Sioux Falls Christian has a 2-3 zone. But it's a victory every time the Warriors break the full court press, get a chance to set up their offense. A one-on-one drive down the left lane, left-handed scoop, missed from Olsen. Rebound SFC, Chargers up 9 with the ball. Here they come right to left, a right wing 3, Nelson on the way, and it's down. Maya Nelson has 9 points to lead all scorers. It's 24-12, Sioux Falls Christian. The Warriors get a long pass to half court, almost tipped away. They're able to recover it. The Chargers did get a hand on it, so Dell Rapids able to bat it back before the timeline and to recover to prevent the over and back, and now they're set up in their offense. And driving toward the baseline, Thoresen heaves up a shot off the glass and rim, bounded around, and then it's picked up, and a jumper is drained from about 6 feet away in the right lane. Clara Justice with her first 2, and it's 24-14. Warriors trying to keep pace with the number 1 team in the state with 5:20 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Dell Rapids is getting some looks at the basket if they can handle the pressure.
And they get a steal in the backcourt. Thorson trying to recover the ball as she lost it, drives one-on-one, still gets an easy bank off the glass because the defender over-pursued, and it's 24-16. Big steal turned into points. Couriers now back down by single digits. Here's a slash from the left wing and a move, a hanger that is missed by Sioux Falls Christian. Loose ball into the corner. The Couriers pick it up. Long pass, long drive, easy layup. Back-to-back bunnies for the Couriers. Clara Justice rolled that one in, and SFC calls a timeout with 4:44 remaining in this first quarter. It is Sioux Falls Christian 24, Dell Rapids 18. We'll take a 30-second break on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
The First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
(24-18). Sioux Falls Christian leading Dell Rapids, 4:44 remaining. First half, girls, part of the doubleheader. The boys game to follow. Both Sioux Falls Christian teams rated number 1. And at home in a DAC 12 duel tonight. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt. And off the timeout, Dan DeYoung wanted to get his team reorganized after Dell Rapids turned a couple turnovers into points to make this a 6-point game.
Yeah, kind of giving Sioux Falls Christian a little taste of their own medicine, right? A couple turnovers for Dell Rapids, get them some quick ones, and this is down to a 6-point game.
Chargers, I've noticed they've been a little more aggressive, and they throw a baseline pass all the way down the baseline, intercepted by Thorson. Her third steal of the quarter. She gets it across the timeline. Now a right baseline drive blocked inside. Recovered by Dell Rapids, though. Right there, Johnny on the spot. Clara Justice took a blocked shot from a teammate, just laid it in with nobody defending her, 24-20. Dell Rapids has it down to 4. Quickly, the Chargers get it in the paint, and a nice turnaround, big man move with the left hand off the glass for Leslie Setzer off the bench. Her third and fourth points makes it 26-20 Sioux Falls Christian. Couriers beat the press, get it into the mid-post, but then they tried to bounce it down low, and the intended receiver, Josie Price, hadn't gotten there yet. The Chargers got a hand on it, but it rolls out of bounds, and so the Couriers will inbound underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, you see their replay there of that last basket. Great post touch for Sioux Falls Christian.
Quick shot from 5 feet away off the inbounds pass. Low post from the right side missed. Rebound Setzer, long outlet, and then a drive from there. Long outlet to the right wing. Setzer the assist, and the easy points to make it 28-20 for Ruth Dvoracek. And
Sioux Falls Christian, man, they can strike quick, can't they? I mean, they got that ball up the court very fast.
Yeah, they sure do. And even when they get in the half court, they zip it around. 3:30 remaining first half. Dell Rapids beat the press. Now looking at a 2-3 zone. Hesitant beyond the arc. Now they bounce it into the mid-post. And a tough sledding. Thorson touch. He got fouled. Setzer got a block. The ball into Sioux Falls Christian's hands. And they tried a long pass toward the near sideline that was tipped out of bounds by the Couriers. So it will be SFC ball. Nicole Pankinen sends in 3 subs for her Couriers. Dan DeYoung does at least the same, if not 4, for Sioux Falls Christian. I mean, both teams are they're expending a lot of energy. And so they need some fresh bodies. Sioux Falls Christian has the ball right to left. A turnaround mid-post jumper missed through the hands of a Courier. Picked up by another Courier. And can the Couriers get it across the timeline against this full-court press? That's always the issue. Thorson does. Slings it into the right wing, now into the post. Wow, in traffic. A nice shot almost from the hip inside for Dell Rapids. Ellen Schoenhard, the backup center, to make it 28-22. Long pass, tipped away by the Couriers in the Charger post, but SFC recovers And another bucket inside for the 6-foot-tall Emery Lems off the bench. She has 8. Now a double team before the timeline on the far side. Sioux Falls Christian gets a steal off the bounce pass. 3 ball left of the key is down. It comes at you like an avalanche. And Sioux Falls Christian has taken now a 33-22 lead. A quick 5-0 run. Another double team before the timeline. Thorson falls down between 2 Chargers. And one of them is whistled for the foul. Here's the 3 ball that SFC just nailed.
Yeah.
They've just got so many weapons, Brad.
Yeah, our Vance Thompson vision replay showed it well there, how they can turn, again, these turnovers into very quick points.
Neely Sanford, not one of the first 3 rotation players off the bench, nailed that 3, so Dan DeYoung tapping deeper than usual. And meanwhile, as we were watching the replay, an 11-point SFC lead, the Couriers again across half court, trying long passes to get ahead of double teams. The Chargers bat a pass out of bounds into the right corner for Dell Rapids, in front of the sideline on the near side, right hash mark. That's where they inbound it. 2:05 remaining first half. Couriers, a slash from the left wing. Thorson driving off the front rim in traffic. Rebounded right baseline by Sioux Falls Christian. Here come the Chargers, up by 11 on a 5-0 run. And a drive through 3 Couriers, a foul falling down. And once again, it is the sophomore Neely Stanford giving herself a chance at points. The Dell Rapids foul was on Thorson, their leading scorer. That is her first, team's first. Only 2 total fouls between these teams in the quarter.
Yeah, that's remarkable considering how much both of them are trying to press and put pressure on each other. They're doing a pretty good job without picking up fouls.
Stanford missed her first free throw. Second one swished. 33-23. Check that, 34-22, the SFC lead. And now the Couriers break the press. Long outlet to the left wing. They get their offense set up as they fire the ball deep in the backcourt. But then a laser of a pass, too hot to handle on the left block in traffic for Ellie Olson, out of bounds. Another Dell Rapids turnover. They have several. And the Christian Chargers get the ball back up a dozen with $1:44 remaining in the first half. 34-22. Fans continuing to file into the gym in the girls' game, boys' game to follow. Courier boys have a first-year head coach. SFC almost turned it over, setting up their offense deep in the backcourt. Courier's got a hand on it. Chargers recovered. Now a 3 ball right down Broadway from the top of the key is Dranoed. Avery Reitz again. She has 9. It's 37-22.
And Sioux Falls Christian doing a lot of damage in this first half from the 3-point line. They're up to 37 points now.
Thorson takes a pass, 1-on-2 in the mid-post, bounces it right, block. Nice shot. Over the defense, trying to recover. And Ellen Schoenhard beats him to it, 37-24. SFC lead, 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1-on-3, tie up in the mid-post. The Chargers recover, back up top. A right-of-the-key 3, well short, taken in by Schoenhard for Dell Rapids. So the Couriers a chance to cut this to 11, maybe 10. Now 45 seconds remaining in the half. They bounce it, high post, back turned, and then Schultz tried to bounce it into the corner and nobody's home. She was looking for Schoenhard, and it's obvious, Brad, Sioux Falls Christian put so much heat on you defensively.
Yes.
They're in such good position. Now it forces unforced errors.
Yeah, and they what they're doing is they just speed you up, right? They get you to play faster than you're comfortable being at the pace you're being at.
That's exactly what I was trying to say, and that is why you are here. So the Chargers have it on the left wing. A drive underneath, a bounce down the baseline. Another steal by Thorson off the bounce on the baseline pass. She drives it across ahead of the full court press. 15 seconds remain first half. Dell Rapids with the ball. Shot clock is off. 2-3 zone SFC. Changing her dribble. Olson through traffic down the left lane. Hangs it up from 5. It doesn't hit the rim. It hits the glass. It goes out off one of the Chargers. And Dell Rapids has 6 seconds on this first half clock, inbounding underneath their own hoop. Dan DeYoung sends in his backup post. Leslie Setzer off the bench to defend things. Again, 6 seconds for Dell Rapids. Inbounding Olson underneath. Finds it, left elbow, an open jumper. Schultz, a little strong, off the rim, and the clock winds down to a half second as the ball went out of bounds off of SFC. So the Couriers, it'd be almost impossible to get a shot off at 0.6 seconds, but they'll try on their Left baseline, a lob to Schultz. She just tries to fling it as she caught it with Setzer right on her like glue. That ball falls short of the net, and we have halftime. It was an active first half indeed. Lots of movement. And for the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers, they are halfway home to 9-0. A 37-24 lead over their DAC-12 rivals from Dell Rapids. And we'll come back. We'll have some first half highlights, some stats, some analysis, and maybe a little glimpse into the boys' game that will also be coming your way tonight right here on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. Build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
At Sioux Falls Christian High School, where the top-ranked Charger girls lead Dell Rapids 37-24 at halftime. Our Avera Game of the Week on Fox Sports 98.1, seen on metrosports.tv and the Outlaw Channel 13.2 and dakotanewsnow.com and Metro Sports TV Twitter and YouTube. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt, and we got I'm guessing, a very accurate, if not perfect sample of how Sioux Falls Christian's girls are 8-0 and ranked number 1 in the state.
Yeah, I mean, they can really make life tough for you in just taking care of the basketball and really just playing with any sort of comfort level. Like, they want to take that completely away from you. And for the most part in the first half, they were able to do that against Dell Rapids. Now, to Dell Rapids' credit, I thought they did a nice job defensively at times, forcing some turnovers and got some points off of those that really did help. That was really important for them to help them stay in this game and only be down 13.
Yeah, they have a young coach and 3 freshmen in their starting lineup, and for a while they were especially early. They handled the pressure very well. The boys' game is to follow. The Quarters have a new head coach. They're 5-3. They're taking on another undefeated number 1 ranked team in the state, and Mike Scouton's Chargers, who are back-to-back state runners-up. They ran the table last year at 25-0 all the way until the state championship game when Hamlin nipped them by a few. The Chargers got their revenge over the weekend by beating Hamlin to remain undefeated, and we're just in for a treat in that game.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen Sioux Falls Christian's boys team play the last couple of years, first of all, it's the exact same team they had last year, which is saying a lot. And so that's why they are so good, though, is they just have a lot of experience. They've got some guys that can really shoot it. Oh, yeah, and by the way, they have a 6'11 player in Griffin Goodberry who's going to be playing college basketball at South Dakota State.
Yeah, he's kind of good. I mean, at 6'11, it's a little easier, but we've seen plenty of players of that size, and they're there because they're tall, but they're not necessarily great skilled basketball players. He's got all the skills. Meanwhile, let's check out some of the skills that the girls have displayed in the game tonight on our Metro Sports TV highlights replay. First quarter, again, Dell Rapids handled the early pressure fairly well, had a slim early lead. They got a bucket inside to our Central Bank player to watch. Schultz had a few early buckets. Ellie Olson had a couple as well. The Chargers started to show some three-point prowess in the first quarter. Maya Nelson poured one in from beyond the arc. And the ball movement is just what gets you. If they're not creating points off the turnovers like this layup that we just saw, we're going to see Sioux Falls Christian just splashing home trays from the outside. Nelson has a couple. Even some players that don't normally play in Dan DeYoung's 8-man rotation have hit some outside shots. Several different players can shoot the ball well, as we've been seeing on the replays.
Yeah, I mean, Sioux Falls Christian's got great depth, and that was on display. And I thought, Dell Rapids, again, made enough plays to just not let this game get away from them. Yeah, they've still given themselves a chance here in the second half. But the offensive glass was big for Sioux Falls Christian.
Yep.
And then, like you mentioned, just the turnovers that they forced that led to easy buckets for the Chargers.
Emery Lenz with some big putbacks underneath for the Chargers. Leslie Setzer has a couple blocks, a couple big rebounds and putbacks. Sioux Falls Christian doing it from all over the court. A 37-24 lead at half. Second half with Dell Rapids in the house is next on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, metrosports.tv, and dakotanewsnow.com.
Before to have cloudy vision flying an aircraft, you have to have perfect vision. It's vital. I came here 4 years ago, Advanced Thompson Vision, and had my first light adjustable lens. About 5 weeks ago I came and had the second one done. It's just the technology is out of this world, it's outstanding, There's nothing else like it in the world. But even if I could get it done in Dubai or Tokyo or Singapore, I wouldn't do it except here. Only Advanced Thompson Vision.
Here at Touchmark at All Saints, you're going to be surrounded by history.
When you drive up to our community, you are impressed by the beautiful campus all around. This community is a combination of the old and the new. The old on the exterior, but your apartments are impressive. I've never been so pampered in my life.
So it's the combination of both the history and modernization that makes it fun and enjoyable.
A proud basketball tradition, both boys and girls basketball at Sioux Falls Christian. Of course, this is one of the newer schools in the area. Wonderful gym. It's filling up. Boys game to follow. It's halftime of the girls game, and we actually have started the second half, 37-24. Del Rapids getting pinned on a double team at the timeline, able to get a lob pass into the lane, and then a foul as a couple players hit the deck like bowling pins. Ellen Schoenhard, the backup post, is infracted upon by Sioux Falls Christian's Maya Nelson. It's the senior's second foul. And so the Warriors, 15 seconds into the second half, inbounding underneath their own hoop. All black jersey and shorts combo, orange numerals, white trim. Inbounds pass taken left of the lane. Back turned and handed off to the point guard, Thorson. And now the Warriors are beyond the arc, staring at a 2-3 zone. Thorson from three, left wing, a little strong. And the rebound goes off a loose ball to Vanderleest from Sioux Falls Christian. Chargers get it down quick mid-post, fire it to the right wing. A baseline drive into a double team. Kick out to an open three. Rim glass and missed on a line driver and rebounded underneath by Schoenhard. So here come the Warriors, still down 13. 50 seconds into the second half as they move right to left. Chargers in a 2-3 zone. They're in their white jerseys and shorts, gray numerals. That's not fun for us. Blue lettering. And a lob pass toward the post, batted away and picked off by Sioux Falls Christian. Vanderleest got the steal. Drove it to the wing on the left side. Back left of the key three is in for Aubrey Van Beek. And it's 40-24. The Chargers get the first 3 points of the second half. Then they get a hand on the ball on the inbounds pass on the full court press. And the ball rolls back out of bounds for Del Rapids to inbound. Look at the first points of the third quarter. Van Beek, Thompson replay.
Yeah, Van Beek's got 8 now for Sioux Falls Christian. They're getting contributions up and down their lineup.
Yeah, 8 points for Maya Nelson and now 6 from Avery Reitz to go along with the 8 from Aubrey Van Beek. Again, the Chargers get their mitts on the ball, but it goes out of bounds on the baseline underneath their hoop, so Del Rapids just still trying to get this thing inbounded and then across half court. It's been a chore at times tonight, but 2 passes and they're across half court. In fact, they're all the way down the left-hand lane on a double team. A fire back up top. Thorson for 3. Front rim. Rebounded, though. Schoenhard. Nice spin move on the putback over her defender and gets the bucket. Nice nimble inside post move. It's 40-26, and Schoenhard has 6 points off the bench, although she did start now the second half. So the Chargers have the ball with a 14-point lead. $1:50 into the second half. Shot fake top of the key. Drive into a triple team. A bounce pass to the right baseline. Loose into the right corner. And the Warriors misdirect the pass out of bounds. Give the Chargers a little taste of their own defensive medicine and get the ball back.
Yeah, you see our Vance Thompson vision replay here. On the offensive glass for Sioux Falls Christian is Schoenhard doing a great job.
Ahead of the press. Long lob. Schoenhard drive. Got it. Got in front of her defender, laid it in. Back-to-back buckets for Schoenhard. Inside 6 to go third quarter. Del Rapids has cut it back down to 12 at 40-28.
Yeah, the Warriors not going to go away in this game.
Into a triple team, a kick out. Left wing 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. Battled around. Recovered. And now driving right through 2 defenders. A left-handed scoop. What a beautiful move on the drive. Ellie Olson has 4 points. Warriors now have cut it to 10 on the road at the state's #1 team. Again, Del Rapids is 4-5, SFC 8-0. Here's a slash from the left wing. Into the mid-post, a kick out, another open 3. Boy, Dan DeYoung's teams gets people open, and a double rim around the Rosie 360. That was a 720 three-pointer that falls in for a 43-30 lead, and then a timeout right off of it. Sam Tasted on the court with the photography, and look at that. It was in, it was out, and it was in again. And it drops for Sioux Falls Christian's Ruth Dvoracek. 5:12 remaining in the third quarter. On a timeout, it is 43-30, Sioux Falls Christian the lead.
Well, one thing is Sioux Falls Christian's not going to stop shooting three-point shots, right? They're going to continue to fire them up. I'd say in this game, well over half their shots have come from the arc. And I tell you, when they're falling, then that's when they really have been able to go on some of their runs in this one.
Dell Rapids would love a run of its own. It really hasn't had one yet. And just a couple from Sioux Falls Christian to make this a 13-point lead. Couriers beat the inbounds again. A long pass from the right wing toward the left wing. Intercepted, just a lollipop that the Chargers able to steal. Other end, Nelson for three. Drained it at the top of the key. There it is, vintage SFC basketball, 46-30. Again, the Couriers get it across. Schoenhardt again driving. Hard bounce pass to the left block. Now the ball is loose. One body each, Sioux Falls Christian and Dell Rapids on the deck. Jump ball whistled. And the possession arrow to Sioux Falls Christian, so another Dell Rapids turnover.
Yeah, you see the replay there that we had, and it has been quick. Sioux Falls Christian, 6 quick points on 2 threes to extend this lead back to 16.
4:40 remaining in the third quarter. And the Chargers have it. A drive down the right rails, bounce across the lane. Missed shot by Setzer. Great defense by Schultz. Loose ball off the rebound. The Couriers pick it up. They go right to left. Thorson surveying the land, changing her dribble at the top. Now a 2-3 SFC zone. It's Schoenhardt at the top. Faked the pass left, went right to the wing to Thorson. She faked the pass to the post, drove to the baseline, cut off. Back to the right wing. Schultz inside. And Olsen ahead of the defense. Beautiful pass. In perfect position. Olsen lays it in. 46-32.
Yeah, those are really nice post feed to Olsen inside. Beat her defender to get an easy bucket.
Chargers with the lead in the ball. Left to right against a 2-3 zone. Inside 4 to go. Third quarter at home. Looking to go 9-0. They're the state's #1 team. Nelson thought about the three at the top, then bounced it to the right wing. Now a shot fake, Len steps in, steps back, lobs it inside, sets her back, turn to the right block. Nice turnaround post move off the glass on Schultz. Beautiful bucket for the sophomore off the bench at 6'2". Setzer makes it 48-32. Again, the Chargers get a hand on the inbounds pass at point-blank range, and it goes out of bounds. Here's the post move by Setzer on the replay by Vance Thompson.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore, but at 6'2", Setzer's got great length and athleticism, and she's had some really nice moves down low tonight.
She's also able to step out and shoot the ball outside. We'll see if that happens in this game. Couriers again break the press. Again a long pass down there, and again Setzer is there. She gets the shot block. So the Couriers are doing a great job of breaking the press the last few times. They get long passes, usually to Schoenhardt, right of the lane, but the Chargers are always able to catch up or be ready for a block like Setzer just was.
Yeah, that was a swat out of bounds.
Again on an inbounds pass. Now Dell Rapids underneath their own hoop. The Chargers again get a hand on it. I mean, when they're not getting turnovers, they're getting so much disruption. That will throw timing off. So an inbounds for Dell Rapids. Left elbow tipped and stolen away by Setzer. Setzer 1-on-3 traffic, lost the ball, picked up by a teammate behind her, right of the lane. Out toward the top, now a drive. Oh, right past a defender. One defender to beat, and just a beautiful move down the left side of the lane. Neely Stanford off the bench now has 6. It's 50-32 Sioux Falls Christian. The Chargers get the steal in the lane on their keister. Lenz. Dump off to the left wing. Stanford back up top. Head fake. Drive to the mid-post, and a pass is cut off. A tip and an interception mid-post. Nice defensive move by Schultz for Dell Rapids. Couriers with the ball, down 18, inside 3 to go, third quarter. And now Schultz is tied up by a single defender just beyond the timeline, and Nicole Pankinen calls a 30-second timeout to bail Schultz out.
Yeah, she was just trying to save her team from making another turnover. And I mean, credit Sioux Falls Christian. They've had some times in this game where they have given up some easy buckets, but they have just been continuously putting on that pressure, and it has over time really started yielding some really good results. Now they have their largest lead of the game, up 50-32.
Nicole Pankinen, the head coach, 7 years under her high school coach Jeff Dvorak, third time's a charm. She played at Dakota State. She says her passion for coaching and basketball runs deep. She just thinks most athletes these days need someone to believe in them. She spent a couple of years coaching at Sioux Falls Lutheran and always knew she wanted to come back to her hometown and coached. Feels very lucky and blessed to have this opportunity. And these are one of those games where you're going to coach your you're going to coach your heart out against the number one team in the state when you have 3 freshmen in the lineup. So off the timeout, Del Rapids able to inbound, a step back 3 left wing. Schultz off the iron. She's one of those freshmen. Ball is loose underneath, and a foul on Sioux Falls Christian as Ellie Olson picked it up for the Couriers. A little hack coming in from Sydney Scott off the bench, described by head coach Dan DeYoung, a bulldog. And so 2 free throws are coming for Ellie Olson, 70% from the line on the year. And her first right-handed toss right on through. Olson with her 7th point of the game, tied for the team lead.
Now, Olson, one of 3 seniors on this team. You mentioned this is a young Del Rapids team, but Olson, one of their captains and leaders.
Hits the front iron, then the right iron, and misses. Rebound battled for, intercepted by Del Rapids, but a drive is misdirected by Setzer. Now it's in the right corner, bobbled around. It's Lenz guarding Schultz. Schultz got pinned. Lenz got a hand. Schultz tried to recover. It went out of bounds off of Schultz. It's Del Rapids ball. 2:30 remaining third quarter and a 50-33 Courier lead.
Well, Sioux Falls Christian just, quite frankly, gets up in your space, right? And you just don't have a lot of comfort level. I know Del Rapids feeling like maybe there should be a few more fouls called just due to some of the physicality and crowding that's happening on their end.
Couriers defending left to right. Lenz, right elbow, puts it on the deck and gets stuffed as she tried to go up on the awaiting Schultz. Out of bounds, Del Rapids ball. A look at that Courier defense on our Vance Thompson replay.
Yeah, Del Rapids has been good at guarding inside, right? They've really protected the rim pretty well in this game with their size.
Inbounds pass into mid-post traffic, and it's fronted and stolen away by Olson for Del Rapids. Here come the Couriers. Right to left in those all-black jerseys and shorts. Defended in the 2-3 zone by the all-white jerseys and shorts from Sioux Falls Christian. And from the left wing, a bounce left of the lane. Schoenhard back to the basket, bounces it to the wing again. Olson tried to drive in. Now she is stuck right of the lane. Throws it back up top. On the deck, through traffic, and Thorson hoists it off the glass and in. Beautiful move to make it 50-35. Thorson now has 9. And the Chargers now have it left to right, 1:40 remaining in the third quarter. Lenz slashing in from the right wing, then down the lane, tried the right-handed hook, no, but rebound, put back, right on cue, Setzer, the 6'2 sophomore. She has poured in 6 points off the bench. It's 52-35. The Chargers get another steal off an inbounds, and then Lenz is fouled as she went in for about a 3-foot shot.
Yeah, another turnover in the backcourt that really hurts Del Rapids. And Sioux Falls Christian's gotten their share of those in this game that have led to buckets for them, and now a trip to the foul line this time.
And Emery Lenz's first free throw rolls on through. A sophomore, played good minutes last year. Dan DeYoung says she does a phenomenal job rebounding. Keeps a lot of plays alive with her hustle. You could say that about a lot of these Sioux Falls Christian players. Only 47% on the year at the free throw line coming in. Just made her first. Second one on the way. Oh, that's well right of the... It hits the right side of the rim. But the Chargers get the rebound, and then they bounce it right back to an easy bucket for Katie Vanderleest, and then the Couriers foul her, recovering off the steal. So it's 54-35, and a chance at a three-point play for Vanderleest, who now has 5 points. Into the game for the Chargers, Avery Reitz. As usual, a very balanced scoring attack from SFC tonight. And the three-point play, old-fashioned attempt in and out on the free throw from Vanderleest. Rebound, Del Rapids up down by 19 as they go right to left.
Yeah.
1:10 remaining in the third.
We'll have to check the score, too. I think they missed a point there because I think Sioux Falls Christian made a free throw and they didn't give it to them. We'll see if that maybe gets fixed at all, but they got it at 54-35 right now on the scoreboard.
The Couriers hurried up a bounce pass from the top of the key to their left wing. No one was home, out of bounds. So the Chargers get the inbound and bring it down 3/4 of the court. Free throw line jumper off the back iron. Rebound, tipped around, caught in the high post by Schultz. She fends off the Vultures, gets it to Thorson across the timeline for the Couriers. At the moment, we'll call it a 54-35 deficit. Thorson takes a pass left wing, drives, hits the rim, gets over the rim, and falls through. Nice one-on-one move, 54-37. Thorson leading all Couriers with 11. Chargers break the Dell Rapids full court press, and now a drive down the baseline. Bucket and foul for Aubrey Van Beek. Aggressive move. Dan DeYoung's team is just not afraid. You get in your grill on defense and drive right on you on offense. Oh, just a sick move. Changing the dribble on her defender and then drawing the foul on another.
Yeah, Van Beek's been great in this game. She's up to double figures now, 10.
Yep, and her free throw is swished, a three-point play. 57-37. Sioux Falls Christian, the number one team in the state, with the lead at home over Dell Rapids. 20 seconds remaining, third quarter. Again, the full court press. Again, Warriors able to break it. It's delicate. And they're able to set up their offense against a 2-3 zone. Shot clock is off. We're down to 12 seconds. Top of the key, Thorson puts it on the deck. Drives between two defenders. Misses at the rack. Rebounded, picked up. 5 seconds on the clock. Chargers driving down the lane. Left-handed scoop off the front of the rim. Bounced around to the right wing, and the Chargers run out of time. And we have reached the end of 3 at Sioux Falls Christian. The top-ranked Chargers leading Dell Rapids 58-37. Fourth quarter next. Boys game to follow on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
We all have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
High school hoops on a Tuesday night doubleheader for our Avera Game of the Week. Dell Rapids with the ball, nailing a three-pointer. Thorson really carrying the Couriers tonight. She's their leading scorer at 14 a game, and that three ball just got her to her average. 58-40 now, Sioux Falls Christian the lead. Starting the fourth quarter, a weird drive, a right-handed scoop off the front iron after the glass from Dvorak, and then it appeared that Leslie Setzer had the rebound. The ball somehow went out of bounds off the Couriers, trying to reach in. And so an inbounds pass for Sioux Falls Christian to left wing Van Beek. Up top to Setzer, 2-3 Courier zone. Quick pass inside and cutting the baseline, going back door, getting fouled, bumped hard underneath to prevent the easy lay-in. Aubrey Van Beek will go to the line off the foul on Dell Rapids' Taylor Schmidt off the bench. Nope, check down. It's Clara Justice, her first, team's first, fourth quarter. They all reset the foul count in the quarters.
They also added a point at the quarter break like we had thought. There was a missed free throw that Sioux Falls Christian had, so that's how they have this 18-point advantage now.
So the keen eye of Brad Newitt. The second free throw after the first one was missed is in for Van Beek. She now has 12. That leads all Chargers 59-40. Couriers able to break the press into the left corner. Schultz bounces it down the baseline. Inside, Setzer gets a stuff on Olsen directly underneath. The Couriers get a steal, though, after the Chargers picked it up and then missed a point-blank bunny Justice as the Charger defense recovered. And now the Chargers off the rebound, set up their offense. Against a 2-3 zone, they file it inside to a double-team Setzer. She kicks it out, open left wing three is there. You draw the attention from the rest of the defense and you make them pay. And that one went down for Ruth Dvorak from three land. She has 5 at 62-40.
Yeah, just good inside, outside basketball by the Chargers.
Now the Couriers had a pass to a seemingly open Schultz, but the window closed quickly as Setzer closed in, forced a miss, got the rebound, but then the Chargers turned it over, trying to throw it a little too hastily into the post once they got down. out of bounds, baseline, Dell Rapids ball. 6:37 remaining fourth quarter, a 62-40 lead for the state's top-ranked team at 8-0. Dell Rapids, a young team on the road at 4-5, and just trying to put in a quality last 6.5 minutes. And we have a whistle and away from the ball foul as Dell Rapids was setting things up in the backcourt.
Well, this is just kind of one of those games where Sioux Falls Christian, over the course of the minutes, has just started to wear Dell Rapids down, and the Warriors haven't been able to keep up.
Off the inbounds underneath, a quick shot from point blank, missed in traffic by Rosie Price from Dell Rapids. The Chargers pick it up. They quickly get it all the way down to the left wing. Then a triple team in the high post, out to the right wing. A drive down the baseline again. Aubrey Van Beek, no hesitation to drive right down to the hoop. 64-40 the lead. And Aubrey Van Beek now has 14 points to lead all Chargers. Inside 6 to go, fourth quarter. The Couriers have it underneath. Olsen puts it on the deck, steps back. Nice hook shot over the defense. Missed it, though, and the rebound goes to Setzer. Here come the Chargers left to right. They're putting the pedal to the metal down the left rails. And a tough shot for Dvorak on the drive. Price blocks it out of bounds. And so the Chargers will get it underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, you see on our Vance Thompson Vision replay, the last basket there by Sioux Falls Christian, the nice drive by Vanderleest, getting all the way to the rim. Quick player.
Inbounds pass goes to Setzer. She just catches it. Little hesitation, floats it up from 4. Defense got there too late. She's 6'2", too tall to defend that. 64-40 is the Sioux Falls Christian lead. And now Setzer off the bench has 8. Warriors have it right to left against a 2-3 zone. Bounce pass inside. Setzer just picks it up right from Schultz. Lost it through a bad pass. Schultz got the interception but missed on a well-defended Dvorak. She gets the rebound. Long outlet all the way to the other side. It's hard to keep up. Van Beek fouled underneath. She'll go to the line. So the Chargers just get up and down the court fast. They defend fast. They recover and transition fast. There's always somebody ready for the points or the foul. That time it was Van Beek, and her first free throw is swished. She has 15. It's 66-40. That was the second foul for Thorson, the leading scorer for Dell Rapids.
Yeah, so Aubrey Van Beek leading all scorers here tonight with those 15 points. Sean, she came in averaging about 6 a game. But when you look at this Sioux Falls Christian team, they don't have like a huge leading scorer that leads them every night out. It's different players game in and game out. That's what makes them such a really difficult team to beat.
Van Beek swishes her second free throw. It's 67-40, 5:05 remaining fourth quarter. Dell Rapids the ball, right to left. Bounce pass inside, and Schultz on the right block. Setzer just dominates her again. The refs blow the whistle on what appeared to be another block for Setzer. A couple teammates console her after she just gave the look like, really? And meanwhile, Schultz gets a couple of free throws.
Yeah, well, Setzer for Sioux Falls Christian, I mean, she is a rim protector defensively. So, I mean, definitely some intimidation there.
Yep.
And so, that's really what's important is for them is to be able to guard the paint, and she does a great job.
Schultz, a 5'11 freshman, misses her first free throw off the front rim, 74% from the line. She averages 8.5 points a game, a 40% field goal shooter, and her second free throw falls through. So Schwartz now has 7 for Dell Rapids. 4:50 remaining, fourth quarter. Fans continuing to file in for the boys' game. It's been a great crowd for the girls' game. Sioux Falls Christian has been ahead almost the entire way. They were down 5-3 early, went on a 14-4 run, and have had mostly a double-digit lead since. It was 13 at halftime at 37-24. They take a little time off the clock, throw it around the arc, 3 ball at the top of the key off the back iron, but rebounded left of the lane by the Chargers in traffic. And now Lems steps back beyond the right wing, gets it back up top to a teammate in Reitz. Now inside to Setzer. Back turned, low post, back up top. Reitz changing her dribble on a drive and rewarded for her aggression. She draws a foul on one of the Couriers underneath. It's on Thorson, her third. And so Reitz now to the line for the Chargers. Up 68-41 with 4:11 left. Fourth quarter.
Well, it's been another impressive game for Sioux Falls Christian, a team that we talked about coming into this game. They've been winning their games by an average margin of 17 and holding teams to 42 points a game. Now, in this game, I think there's just been more possessions. Dell Rapids has been willing to play a little bit more of an up-tempo game, but look at how well Sioux Falls Christian's played offensively here with 69.
Reach swishes both free throws, and the Chargers have now reached 70 points. It's 70-41. I'm going to start looking at our scoreboard.
Yeah, the scores down there are either really late. The official scoreboard in the arena here has not been keeping up pretty well in the second half.
Shot clock issues in the first half. Here's a steal in the backcourt for Sioux Falls Christian. A one-on-one drive. Left-hander missed. Well defended by Schultz at the rim to prevent the easy layup. So the Warriors get the ball down 29. Inside 4 to go in the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls Christian still playing a 2-3 zone. Schoenhardt at the top, inside to Schultz, catches it, back turned high post, out to the left wing. Ball fake, long pass, extra pass right wing. Thorson off a screen, right of the key three, rim and glass, nice look, nice screen. Off of Lenz, Sioux Falls Christian can't corral the rebound out of bounds. Del Rapids ball.
Oh, Rory Thorson for Del Rapids. She's another one of these freshmen that started today, and she's just had a terrific game. She missed that three. That was a good look, but she's led them with 14 points, which is right about what her season average is.
Both Dan DeYoung, the Sioux Falls Christian coach, in his fourth year, Nicole Pankinen, Del Rapids alumnus, back to coach her old high school. In her first year, they go into the bench. We now have a lot of subs in the game with 3:30 left and a 70-41 lead at home for top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian. Warriors throw it into the deep backcourt. Chargers are just over 3 minutes away from going 9-0 on this season. Their toughest test was against Class A 5th-ranked Hamlin over the weekend. They won by 9 here at home. The boys avenged a state championship game loss to Hamlin shortly thereafter. Warriors off the inbounds. They just gave up the ball. It was just simply wrestled away right of the lane by the Chargers' McKinney Reitsma. And now a baseline drive and a bucket for Sioux Falls Christian underneath. That goes to Maya Van Dong off the bench, a senior, getting some time, 72-41. Warriors quickly hoist up a left wing three off the rim, rebounded by Sioux Falls Christian. Hadler, long outlet, and another Johnny on the spot. Doesn't matter if it's the starting rotation, the first line off the bench, or the third line now. The Chargers are in great position. Van Dong with her second bucket in the last 30 seconds off the steal, and the long pass at 74-41 SFC.
No, they're just wearing down Del Rapids, and Del Rapids has gone into their bench now. They've got some of their kind of reserves in as well.
2:20 remaining in the game. Warriors are about to fall to 4-6 on the young season. Baseline drive down the right side for Cassidy Steichel, and she is fouled on her drive to the rim. There's a look at SFC's last bucket.
Another transition basket there as they really did a nice job pushing the pace and getting an easy one.
Steichel, first free throw for the Warriors, is swished on through. This is a team that we mentioned has 3 freshmen, part of their main rotation. A first-year coach. She loves how they play to the very last whistle, and that certainly has been tested in this fourth quarter, but they have. I mean, they have gone full steam ahead just against a far deeper, more talented team. A drive down the right rails and a miss at the rim for Sioux Falls Christian. That's Stamford, and the Warriors get it back. Now they have it in their half court. A slash from the left wing, a miss close, a putback that's missed close by. Chargers get it, long outlet pass, way ahead of the defense, one dribble, and just before the defense gets there, a layup lay-in for Kinsey Popema, a 5'10 junior off the bench at 76-42. Sioux Falls Christian lead, minute and a half remaining, fourth quarter.
Well, I don't care what the game's like or what the pace is. To score 76 in a high school game is impressive.
The Warriors nail a three from the left wing. Taylor Schmidt gets her third, fourth, and fifth points, 76-45. Other side, three ball, well defended off the front rim for Sioux Falls Christian. That came from Avery Nelson, a sophomore. Warriors got the rebound, and we're down to about a minute remaining in this Class A DAC-12 duel. Chargers got a block on a drive down the left lane. The ball was saved. They race down the court. Del Rapids catches up. A missed bunny from about 4 feet away. And then the ball off the rebound and a pass toward the backcourt to nobody, goes out of bounds. And to Dell Rapids possession, far sideline near half court. 40 seconds game clock, 35 seconds shot clock. Dell Rapids trying to sneak a point or two in there. Maybe get this final margin under 30. But Sioux Falls Christian has a bunch of reserves in the game. They're not going to give any space. Warriors have it in the right corner. 15 on the shot clock. Three ball is in. Swish. No threat of the rim coming from Cassidy Steichel. Another fourth quarter bucket off the bench for her. 76-48. Sioux Falls Christian lead down to 10 seconds, and Dan DeYoung instructs his youngsters to just dribble out the clock. And the Chargers have gone to 9-0. 76-48 over the Dell Rapids Couriers. The number one team in the state plays the part tonight for fourth-year coach Dan DeYoung, who you just saw.
Yeah, and just another very impressive performance by them, especially on the offensive end tonight. Now, they created a lot of their offense with some defensive pressure, but still, to put 76 points on the board in a 32-minute game is very impressive for Sioux Falls Christian, a team that came in averaging about 60.
We'll have our player of the game, some final stats, and we'll get you ready for the boys' game. It's a doubleheader tonight on our Avera Game of the Week. Again, Sioux Falls Christian over Dell Rapids girls, 76-48. It's final on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
All have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting with First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams. It took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you. With a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in primetime. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
Okay, we're going to go quick into highlights and then a player to watch.
Sioux Falls Christian, both basketball teams, number one in the state. The girls do their part in their DAC 12 dual doubleheader with Dell Rapids tonight. A 76-48 victory and a chance to look at some of the highlights from this game. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt on our Avera Game of the Week. The Chargers came out, they attacked early. After falling down 5-3, they go on a 14-4 run. They use the full court press, Brad, and they just have weapons all over the court.
Yeah, they did a great job in this game of putting on defensive pressure and turning that into points for Sioux Falls Christian, and then really pushing the tempo and the pace of this game with the number of possessions as they put over 70 points on the board.
You saw Ellen Schoenhardt from Dell Rapids inside off the bench. She had 8 points. I mean, the Warriors had their bright spots tonight. Sioux Falls Christian hit a lot of three-pointers. That's one of the darndest rolls I've ever seen around the rim. That came home courtesy of Ruth Dvoracek. She had a couple of those. 76-48 the final. Leslie Setzer off the bench, making some big man moves on both sides of the court. And a nice drive there for Sioux Falls Christian for Van Beek. She led all scorers with 16 points. Is she our American National Bank Player of the Game?
Yes, our American State Bank Player of the Game is
State Bank.
Yes, Aubrey Van Beek, who had just a terrific game here. 15 points, which is about 9 above her average, but just did a terrific job shooting the basketball, playing with a lot of confidence out there. And, oh, yeah, by the way, she was one of the best players on that press, too, forcing turnovers. You see her hitting a trail 3 here. And Van Beek was a big catalyst for the Sioux Falls Christian team their way.
Maya Nelson added 12. Emery Lenz 9 for SFC. Rory Thorson led all Couriers with 14 points. 76-48 the final score. Sioux Falls Christian, the number one team in girls Class A, moves to 9-0. Dell Rapids falls to 4-6. We're halfway home. We have the boys game next. Dell Rapids and Sioux Falls Christian from Sioux Falls on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
All have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you, with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success, and benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera, so join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety.
We are live at Sioux Falls Christian High School on a Tuesday night. Old Glory whipping in the winds outside, a full gymnasium filling up and heating up for the number one team in the state. The Sioux Falls Christian Chargers are 6-0, and they're hosting the Dell Rapids Couriers, who come in with a first-year coach and a 5-3 mark. It's the second leg of our DAC 12 dual doubleheader. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, AM 1230 and KWSN.com to hear it. So many ways to see it. Outlaw Channel 13.2, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com. 76-48, the SFC girls move to 9-0. And Brad, it's going to take a monumental effort by the Couriers tonight to hand the Chargers boys their first loss.
It will. Sioux Falls Christian comes into this game very heavily favored. Obviously, the number one team hasn't lost this year and has just been playing terrific basketball and coming off their biggest win of the year as they defeated number 2 Hamlin in this gym on Saturday.
So let's blaze through our pregame show. We're just about 5 minutes from tip, and a look at our Augustana games this week in boys Class A hoops. It's brought to you by Augustana University, where you can find your bold with hands-on learning, a vibrant community, and diverse opportunities to prepare you to lead and succeed.
Well, you see that score here, Sioux Falls Christian defeating Hamlin, the number 2 ranked team in Class A, 75-60. Hamlin actually led the game here Saturday by 5 points at the half, and then the Chargers poured it on in the second half. But some really other good key matchups, including a great tilt that will be in this gym again Saturday as Sioux Falls Christian and Rapid City Christian tangle, 2 also undefeated teams here in Class A.
That Christian win over Hamlin was a rematch of the state championship game where Hamlin broke the Chargers' hearts. They had been 25-0 and instead end up runners-up for a second straight year, but they bring all of their key players back. That's why they're number 1 in the Touch Market All Saints Top 5 poll, voted on by the South Dakota media. Hamlin, number 2, now 5-2. Dakota Valley, 7-0 and ranked number 3. Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox fill it out at 4-5.
Yeah, Lennox lost there at number 5 is to this Sioux Falls Christian team. And how fun will it be at some point when Dakota Valley and Sioux Falls Christian tangle again? That game is at Dakota Valley this year, so that's one to mark on your calendar later on.
Our team profiles are brought to you by South Dakota State University. And we start with the road squad from Dell Rapids at 5-3. They've beaten Freeman, who received votes in the top 5 poll. Class A, a lot more teams than AA, so receiving votes really means something. And they've also beaten Baltic and a quality loss to number 2 Hamlin.
Well, this is a Dell Rapids team that's getting better and better under first-year coach Larry Anker there, and they are a good defensive team. They've got great size. They're going to be able to match Sioux Falls Christian's size in this game, and not very many Class A teams can say that. But in their last game, Dell Rapids was able to win over Elk Point Jefferson, another good team, 37-33, so holding them to just 33 points.
4-game winning streak for the first-year coach. He was winners girls coach the last 10 years. Our SDSU team profile for Sioux Falls Christian. We've mentioned the 6-0. Nobody disputes their number 1 in the statewide media poll. Quality top 5 wins over number 2 Hamlin and number 5 Lennox. Also beating O'Gorman in Double-A. And Brad, newsflash, Sioux Falls Christian can score.
Yeah, 75 points a game. That leads any school in South Dakota, no matter what class they're at. And maybe the most highlighted was that win over O'Gorman. That was over a 20-point victory where Sioux Falls Christian put 75 points on the board. And this team, like you said, they can play fast-paced basketball and they can score the basketball. So slowing them down, very difficult.
Mike Scouten, the 19th-year head coach, 2 state titles in 2016 and 2021 and back-to-back runner-up finishes in Class A. And now look at our Central Bank players to watch. We start with the Warriors.
Yeah, you look at what Dell Rapids has, and they do have some good veteran leadership here. And so Tad Tajan is one of their seniors, right, at 6'6", averages 14 points a game to lead them and 5 rebounds. But he had 28 points in that win we talked about over Freeman, right? And so he's a guy that they're really going to have to lean on tonight. Very athletic player that can score around the basket, step out and keep you honest from the three-point line as well.
Our player to watch for Sioux Falls Christian, I mean, there are several good choices, but it's hard not to take your eyes off of Griffin Goodberry, the 6'11 senior center who is off to South Dakota State next year.
Yeah, and the South Dakota State coaching staff is here to watch him here tonight, and so that'll be cool for him to have those coaches here. But he averages 17 points a game, 7 rebounds. Here's the thing. I mean, he was the player of the year last year as a junior, and definitely the player that everyone's got their eye on now here in his senior season.
We will take a 1-minute timeout and come back for the tip. Dell Rapids at number 1 Sioux Falls Christian. Can the Chargers get the doubleheader sweep? It's next on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
And so are the Charger boys. Joined on our very game of the week, Metro Sports TV, DakotaNewsNow.com, Metro Sports YouTube, the Outlaw Channel 13.2 on Real Over-the-Air Television. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt. We're about set for tip and our Vern Ide keys to the game, Brad.
Yeah, these are the things that these teams have to do well. We thank Vern Ide Motor Cars for sponsoring our keys to the game, each of these broadcasts. And for Dell Rapids, this is the team, like I said, they're really good in defense, right? So they want to be in lockdown defense. They're going to try to slow down this Sioux Falls Christian team, especially in transition. And we mentioned it. Sioux Falls Christian wants to score the ball. They want to push the pace. They want this to be up-tempo. They want a lot of possessions in this game.
Gym is about 3/4 full. We have a couple of big, tall bodies at center court to tip this off. Griffin Goodberry, the future Jackrabbit, a 6'11 senior for Sioux Falls Christian, and Jack Cloth, a 6'11 senior for Dell Rapids. Rarely does Goodberry go up against a guy his height, but he gets the hand of the ball, and the Chargers move right to left to start the game. All white jerseys and shorts, royal blue numerals, block Charger lettering. Goodberry in between 4 defenders, high post into the right corner. Now a drive down the right corner, kick out left wing, a zip over to the right wing. Goodberry now on the right elbow. In between 3 defenders, hoists it up from 5, missed it. Put back, flying in, missed from the hands of Cooper Goodberry, his younger brother, the junior at 6'5". The Couriers get the rebound, get the stop, and go left to right against the state's number 1. Again, the Chargers averaging 75 points a game. Couriers have won 4 in a row. Here's a running mid-post leaner that's missed off the back iron from Dell Rapids' Tad Chaden, our player to watch. Chargers got the rebound, left corner 3 on the way, may have been partially blocked, right back into the hands of the shooter, bounces it to Goodberry underneath, and Griffin Goodberry, the easy lay-in, right place, right time for the first points of the game.
Yeah, you won't get an easier bucket for Goodberry there. Ball just literally came right to him and no contest around the rim.
Chargers bat a pass out of bounds in the backcourt, near side as we go left to right. Here's a look at the Chargers' last play. Nice pass. Quick hands from Britton Mulder to get it to Goodberry. And the second chance look. 2-zip SFC lead. Dell Rapids inbounded on the near sideline. Now a three-pointer top of the key was wide open, but off the mark from Anderson. The ball caroms all the way over near the left corner, out of bounds on the far sideline. And Sioux Falls Christian gets it back. So Dell Rapids unable to score in its first couple possessions. 6:40 remaining, first quarter. Sioux Falls Christian, the 2-zip lead. Goodberry triple-teamed left block up top to his brother into the right corner. Quick pass left corner. A slash drive from there. A handoff underneath in the two-handed jam from Griffin Goodberry. It's 4-zip Sioux Falls Christian.
And that's all set up by Brant Wassner. Great baseline drive and then an easy dump. And Goodberry's got 4 easy points to start this game.
Chargers defending man-to-man. Dell Rapids, will they be patient and try to shorten the game? That's what I do. No Bobby Knight, but here's a steal inside the left wing by Sioux Falls Christian. The pocket gets picked. Cole Snyder gets the steal. It rolled all the way underneath. Picked up by Britton Mulder, who takes it down for the Chargers. Quickly to Cooper Goodberry, left corner to his brother Griffin, 6'11". Left baseline, triple team, fires it. Wide open 3, right corner, Wassenaar. Ooh, that's his air ball. And just hauled in right into the hands of Jack Cloth, who is the brother of Taryn Cloth, who, of course, played sand volleyball in the Olympics for America this past summer. The Couriers get it underneath the close on the baseline cut. While I was talking about his sister, a pass came in from the right wing as he drove the left baseline and laid it in for Dell Rapids' first 2 points. It's 4-2 Sioux Falls Christian. Underneath, a handoff. Goodberry, defended by Cloth, who gets the rebound. Deflected or defended the shot well enough and then got the board. And here come the Couriers. Chance to tie or take the lead in the early going.
Well, Cloth is also 6'11 for Dell Rapids, so you got 2 6'11 guys battling each other in this game. You do not see that very often in South Dakota high school hoops.
Steal in the Courier backcourt. Wassenaar in front of his defender. Missed a layup. It was kind of a half layup, half should I go in for the dunk. It's out of bounds off of, I believe, Cooper Goodberry or Wassenaar, and Dell Rapids gets the ball. That is a rare mistake of that caliber by Wassenaar.
Well, there was the nice drive on our Vance Thompson Vision replay that he did make. But, yeah, Wassenaar's had a couple of mistakes, a missed 3 that was missed badly, and then that layup there. Like you said, you won't see him miss that.
Chargers another backcourt steal, a lob. Cooper Goodberry, head of the defense. He gets the two-handed jam. Both the Goodberry brothers have done some damage to the rim in the early going, and the first-year coach, Larry Acker for Dell Rapids, calls a timeout, trailing 6-2, 4:41 remaining in the first quarter, and there's the two-handed jam by Cooper Goodberry.
Yeah, 6 points for Sioux Falls Christian, and 4 of those points on dunks, right? I mean, they have really been attacking the rim here early on in this game, and I think Dell Rapids has just got to be careful about really making sure they take care of the basketball. You don't want to give this Sioux Falls Christian offense, which is already going to be really, really potent, easy buckets because you don't take care of it.
Larry Aker. It's Larry Aker, the head coach of Dell Rapids. There you see him in his huddle. Before that, you saw Mike Scouten, who had 4 years as a head coach in Montana at a Christian high school. Before that, 4 years in Florida. That was way back in the 80s and 90s, Florida 80s. Montana 90s. He has been at Sioux Falls Christian 29 years, the head coach for 19, 2 championships, 2 runner-ups, and his team just always is stocked with talent, and they play skilled and well-coached, and they're up 6-2 in the early going off the timeout. First quarter at home, 4:30 remaining in that first quarter. The Chargers almost get a backcourt steal. The Warriors get ahead of it, but miss a left-of-the-lane 17-footer. The rebound, Wassenaar, he lost his dribble down across the timeline. It rolled right to Dell Rapids' Tad Jaden, and the Warriors get the steal. Still down by 4.
Well, this Sioux Falls Christian team will turn it over once in a while. They like to play fast. That does lend itself to a few of those types of mistakes.
They've averaged 75 points a game, have scored at least 69 in each of their 6 all wins, and they force an over and back on Dell Rapids at the timeline. So Warriors give it right back. SFC just has to go the length of the court off the inbound. In fact, on the quarter hash, a 6-2 SFC lead and the ball. Dell Rapids is employing a 2-3 zone defense.
Yep, going to kind of try to pack it in here a little bit.
Deep 3, left side is short for the Chargers. Cole Snyder, long rebound though goes to SFC. No look bounce pass to the left corner. Wassenaar zips it back up top. Cooper Goodberry the head fake. Drew in some defense, lobbed it. Griffin Goodberry drives the right baseline, curls it underneath to Cooper. Oh, one bounce under the defender, changes hands, lays it in with the left hand. Cooper Goodberry showing why Augustana has offered him a scholarship. The Chargers get the steal on the inbounds pass. Wassenaar in traffic, falls down, gets the bucket and the foul. In between 2 Warriors, the Chargers are up 10-2 and a chance at a 3-point play for Wassenaar.
Yeah, our Vance Thompson vision replay showing here what the turnover leads to for Sioux Falls Christian. They get it in the backcourt again, and a couple quick passes, and it's an and one and a chance at a 3-point play for Brant Wassenaar.
3:24 remaining in the first quarter. Wassenaar, the son of 13-time state champion volleyball coach Darcy Wassenaar, built quite the empire at Sioux Falls Christian. Free throw, good. 3-point play in for Wassenaar. It's an 11-2 lead. I mean, Sioux Falls Christian's won a couple state football championships the last 10 years. They've won a couple state basketball championships the last decade. Girls basketball has racked up some titles, 13 in volleyball. And Darcy Wassenaar has 2 sons on this team, Brant, who starts, Bennett, who comes right off the bench. Warriors have the ball, down by 9. Another near steal in the backcourt, but instead Cooper Goodberry is going to be whistled for reaching in. And there's the risk that the Chargers are willing to take that you mentioned a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, they're going to pick up some fouls, and they're going to give up some easy buckets once in a while, but they go on the idea that, hey, we're going to create a lot more turnovers and just frantic pace and more possessions by playing this way.
Warriors inbounding, far sideline. They get it back near the timeline. Now they have it right wing, a handoff there. Dell Rapids looking to stop the early bleeding, down 11-2. They've won 4 in a row, but this is easily their toughest test so far. And they have an open 3 at the top of the key. That's right on through the twine. Carson Machen off the bench, his 4th 3-pointer in his team's first 9 games. And it makes it an 11-5 SFC lead. Turnaround jumper, hand in his face. Garrett Goodberry misses it way too long. It's loose out on the right wing. Bennett Wassenaar lording right over the Warriors' Carson Pay on his keister. A jump ball, possession to Dell Rapids.
Well, there was that last 3 by Dell Rapids. And the key in this game for Dell Rapids is when you do get open looks like they had on their last possession is to cash in on them, right? So they did move the ball well, got a wide open 3, and the Warriors hit it to pull within 6.
Dell Rapids inbounding just beyond the right wing of Sioux Falls Christian. The Chargers are in man-to-man. They don't full court press on this possession. And so Dell Rapids, again, taking some time off the clock in the backcourt. Now they have it into the left corner. Hanging the ball high over his head. And a 3 ball goes down. That's a long tooth, thank you.
Actually, they did give him a 3. I thought his foot was on the line. We'll see. I don't, maybe can't go back and change that in high school basketball, but it was close.
But it's Machen again. Back-to-back 3s. He had 3 all year coming into the game. It's 11-8 for now. The Chargers miss a 3 on the left wing. And then on the long rebound, one of the SFC players is called for a foul. That is a hack on the arm. Carson Nichols, point guard off the bench, with his first, SFC's 3rd. Dell Rapids gets the ball back.
Now you mentioned for Dell Rapids, though, Carson Machen's hit 2 threes in this game. He only averages about 2 points a game, but he's already got 6.
So the Couriers, again, avoiding some backcourt traffic early in a possession. They're clearly taking their time on most of these series. And on a baseline drive, Mason just darts the ball off the foot of a teammate standing 5 feet away in the right corner, Jackson Pepple. And that's a turnover off of Dell Rapids, Sioux Falls Christian ball. It's 11-8. Chargers with the lead. It was 11-2, back-to-back threes by Mason. Closed it to 3. We have a minute and a half remaining in this first quarter.
Now, Dell Rapids has been in a zone here the last 3 possessions, and it's helped them a little bit, cover up shooters.
Fast ball movement around the arc, into the lane, back out to the wings, and now a drive. Bennett Wassenaar drills a two-handed overhead pass off the fingertips of one of the Couriers underneath the hoop. It remains SFC ball. And so it will be Bennett Wassenaar, who is a 6'1 senior. So Brandt, the sophomore, is starting, and Bennett, the senior, comes off the bench. And he has the inbounds pass to Griffin Goodberry at 6'11 in between 3 Couriers. Puts it on the deck, changes to his left hand, lays it right in.
Yeah, but did that against a 6'11 defender in Jack Cloth and just went right over the top of him.
13-8 is the SFC lead. And Griffin Goodberry now is 6. Oh, here's a drive right down the right lane, right past 2 defenders who were flat-footed, an easy lay-in. That'll be the easiest bucket Dell Rapids has all night. Carson Pay, 13-10. Other side, good ball movement inside, lots of contact, bucket and foul. Griffin Goodberry fell down at the rim. Cloth was there with another Courier defender. He's often doubled or tripled team as Griffin Goodberry. And he has a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. 15-10, the SFC lead. The foul on the Couriers, Jack Cloth.
Again, if you have not seen Griffin Goodberry in action, again, he is going to be playing college basketball at South Dakota State next year for a reason as he finishes the three-point play, making the free throw.
9 first-quarter points, 16-10 SFC lead. 50 seconds remaining first quarter. Courier ball off the made free throw. And the three-point play by Goodberry. A near steal, Bennett Wassenaar on the right wing, defending for SFC. And then a long three off the head fake is drilled for Lincoln Anderson off the bench, the leading three-point shooter for the Couriers. That's his already 15th of the young season, 16-13. Dell Rapids keeping pace. Right elbow jumper, Griffin Goodberry back iron with a hand on his face. The rebound Cloth. 15 seconds remain first quarter. Dell Rapids has a chance to cut it to 1, maybe tie it. They just get it across the timeline with 10. The SFC crowd trying to do the fake countdown to force an early move. Down to 5, down to 4. Pass is deflected. Loose ball left baseline picked up by the Chargers. And then a three-quarter court straight on buzzer Hail Mary is off the high glass. And we have reached the end of the first quarter. Dell Rapids finishes the first quarter on an 11-5 run. It's 16-13. Top-ranked SFC at home on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metro Sports TV, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
At Sioux Falls Christian High School, that's the DAC 12 banner on Metro Sports TV. Dell Rapids, one of those 12 teams in the joint tonight for a conference showdown. Hell, holding their own against number 1 undefeated SFC, 16-13. But they start the second quarter with a backfield mishap, just a bad wide pass from about 20 feet away, ending up on the far sideline out of bounds, and SFC the ball back right to left. Again, Dell Rapids finished that first quarter. They were down 11-2, finished on an 11-5 run, and now a bounce pass down the baseline into the paint. A lot of traffic at the foot of Cooper Goodberry. The Chargers retain possession, fly it around inside and out. And now it's a 3-ball right of the key. Carson Nichols off the front iron, tipped around off the rebound and picked up by Pay for Dell Rapids. Couriers with it, trying to run with it. 1-on-2 drive, stripped inside. Jaden just absolutely stripped of the ball by Jade Van Dunkersgood. Other side, a drive and a lay-in for Cole Snyder. His first 2, it's 18-13.
You see Sioux Falls Christian after the made bucket really ramping up the backcourt pressure.
And the Couriers beat it this time. Left baseline, 10-foot pull-up is wide open. That's how you beat it. And, you can drive, you can pull up. Jackson Pepple felt comfortable just draining the jumper, 18-15. Other side, a right baseline drive. Cooper Goodberry stripped and stolen. Pepple for Dell Rapids. He brings it across the timeline. Still a 3-point top-ranked SFC lead. Pepple dribbling from the right wing to the free throw line, back up top, and a 3-ball in and out. Anderson rebounded by Cooper Goodberry at 6'5" for SFC. His brother Griffin not in the game right now. He's the best player on the floor, had 9 first quarter points. Nichols, cross-court pass, deep back right. And to Cole Snyder, and he throws a pass back towards Nichols, and that's an errant pass out of bounds. Nichols' hands, timeline, near side, Dell Rapids ball. Couriers hanging in there, almost 10 minutes into this game, down 18-15.
Well, what did we talk about at the beginning of the game? Dell Rapids is a good defensive team. They've got size. They're playing this zone defense and really protecting the paint. And now they have the ball only down 1 possession.
They have it at the timeline off the inbounds pass, just beyond the circle now. And boy, that is Stickum backcourt defense, and finally a steal. I mean, Cole Snyder was in his grill. Up ahead, Brant Wassenaar. So Snyder across the timeline near side, rifled it. Cross court to a right lane driving Brant Wassenaar. He has 5, 20-15. And Larry Aker has seen enough at the beginning of this second quarter. He just wants to keep things in striking distance, so he calls the timeout with 5:48 remaining in the first half. It's 20-15. Sioux Falls Christian the lead. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here on our Avera Game of the Week, Brad. And why do you suppose Larry called the timeout?
Well, he knows the one thing that's really going to hurt his team are turnovers, right? And we've seen this in the game right now. I mean, Sioux Falls Christian has 20. 6 of those points are directly from turnovers from Dell Rapids, right? So if the Couriers can take care of the basketball and not give up those easy points off of that, they're right in this game. Dell Rapids is shooting it well. They've made 3 threes in this game, and they've played pretty good half-court defense. He's just really getting his team focused on taking care of the basketball right now.
It doesn't never happen, but it's mildly uncommon. Larry Aker comes from girls basketball in high school. He was the girls coach at Winter for the last 10 years, and he comes to Dell Rapids where he doesn't have much of a history. It's an interesting hire. He's a Bison, South Dakota native. Do you want to play that geography game? Do you know where Bison is?
I'm going northwest corner.
Okay. It sounds like a town that would be in the northwest corner. Steal off the timeout. A miss from about 5 feet away, but a putback for Brant Wassenaar. So the Chargers got the steal. Cole Snyder missed it. Wassenaar cleaned it up. 22-15. The SFC leads.
Yeah.
That timeout didn't work out too well.
Now, Wassenaar's been active on the glass. He got another one there.
And then the Couriers from the right baseline trying to throw it inside. The Chargers get the steal, but then as the Chargers get down there, they get it taken away from. I can't keep up. Lincoln Anderson drove and drew the foul off the steal in the Chargers' backcourt. So both teams kind of fumbling it away and taking it away. Nice steal by Anderson. But the passes sometimes aren't too crisp for SFC early in this game. So, and neither from Dell Rapids, too. And they might be seeing ghosts, like Sam Darnold. Here's the first free throw. And it's in for Lincoln Anderson. I mean, sometimes the other defense is just so hounding that, at first they harass you into mistakes anybody would make, and then later they force you into, it sounds weird, force you into unforced errors. I hope you followed all that. You know what I mean? Like Darnold after just getting drilled for a half, then he couldn't complete routine screen passes. First free throw in, second free throw missed for Anderson. 22-16, SFC lead and ball off the free throw rebound, moving it around the arc. Grant Wassenaar faked, drove, right-hand scoop missed, rebound, triple teamed. Griffin Goodberry blocked away by Cloth. Again, one of the few players tall enough to defend Goodberry and match that height, and the Couriers pick up the ball. Inside 5 to go first half, down by just 6, moving left to right against a man-to-man.
Yeah, it's a terrific matchup inside between the two big men.
Couriers staying patient, now lobbing it inside. Cloth on the left block, mid-post now, in between two defenders, back up top. Now a baseline cut, and a little backdoor bucket inside for Jackson Pepple, 22-18. Quick ball movement other side. Left wing three is down. You sleep for a second, and this time Britton Mulder makes you pay for SFC. 25-18, Mulder's first three of the game.
Well, the made buckets let Sioux Falls Christian set up their full court press, which has been good for them.
Yeah, they haven't been playing it the whole game, but now it's in full force. The Couriers beat it. Right corner three, Machen missed it. Rebound, put back in a foul. Oh, boy. Griffin Goodberry got every last cent. He got his money's worth on that foul, a clean foul. And we'll see how Jackson Pepple, after getting off the deck, shoots these free throws. It's actually on Cooper Goodberry.
Yeah, they sandwiched him. It was a Goodberry sandwich there between those two.
That would hurt.
Yeah. But I tell you, John, I like the intensity. I mean, Dell Rapids is competing in this game, right? I mean, they're not acting like they're intimidated at all by playing the number one team on their home floor here.
Not at all. Pepple made both free throws. He has 6 points off the bench, 25-20, Sioux Falls Christian again. With Dell Rapids in striking distance, and a long pass intercepted inside the left wing by Machen. And so the Couriers a chance to cut this to one possession.
Yeah, Sioux Falls Christian's made some really just costly turnovers that have all been self-inflicted.
Step back right wing three, short, rebounded by Griffin Goodberry. He just drives the length of the court and hoists it up. In between three Couriers, they weren't sure how hard to go at him, and he made the bucket in rather easy fashion. From a couple feet away, he has 11, and then the steal on the inbounds, and Brant Wassenaar finishes it up, back-to-back hoops. Wassenaar has 7. Couriers get a long pass in the left corner, so those back-to-back buckets make it 29-20, Sioux Falls Christian now.
Yeah, that was actually Cole Snyder, I think, that got the steal and the finish, but Sioux Falls Christian strikes fast.
Yeah, I was too busy looking down and putting up my 2 points for Goodberry, and the Couriers miss a shot. Here's another quick three left wing, and it's in! Back-to-back threes. Britton Mulder in the last couple of minutes, and now a full timeout with 3:08 remaining in this first half. Sioux Falls Christian all of a sudden, bang, 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 7 in a row for a 32-20 lead. We'll keep it right here. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com. A look at Mike Scouten, the 19th year head coach at Sioux Falls Christian. I mean, Brad, the Couriers were hanging in there the whole first half, and in 30 seconds, 7 points.
Yeah, it happened really quick, and a couple turnovers, a missed shot, and Sioux Falls Christian able to get the ball down quickly. And when you look at what Sioux Falls Christian does in transition, they're really dangerous, right? They've got the presence to attack the rim, but maybe more importantly, they can shoot the three-pointer in transition, right? And so when they get out and run, you better watch out, and you got to get back and contest and make sure you're there to try to slow them down. And when you turn it over, you don't give yourself much of a chance. If you take a bad shot on the offensive end, you don't give yourself much of a chance. So Dell Rapids' margin there is very, very small.
11 points for Griffin Goodberry at 6'11", the future South Dakota State Jackrabbit, a senior, the Gatorade Player of the Year last year. He's the leading scorer in this game. Brant Wassenaar has 7 for Sioux Falls Christian. Dell Rapids led by Pepple's 6 off the bench, and Carson Machen has 6, a pair of three-pointers off the bench. And we're thankful to everyone who makes these broadcasts possible on Metro Sports TV and Fox Sports 98.1. Every three-pointer made tonight is courtesy of First Dakota Bank. First Dakota, the sponsor of every three-pointer in these games. Double team on the Dell Rapids inbounds pass off the timeout. They're trying to go to the length of the court. They tip it. Sioux Falls Christian tips a pass at half court. It's loose. They get the steal. Up ahead. Washner drives. Assist to the 6'11 Griffin Goodberry. Yeah. And off the timeout. Again, that's the second straight timeout Dell Rapids gives up an early bucket off a turnover. So it's 34-20. 2:40 remaining first half. Another long pass batted at half court. Picked up by Mulder for Sioux Falls Christian. Up top, inside. Quick ball movement. Easy laying in another timeout. Cole Snyder finished off that steal and bucket 36-20 with 2:34 remaining in the first half. Top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian on top. We'll take a minute on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
The First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Sioux Falls Christian now on an 11-0 run, leading Dell Rapids 36-20 in this DAC 12 doubleheader duel.
And it's happened quick, right? I mean, this is over about a minute stretch here, and Dell Rapids called 2 timeouts in the middle of it to try to slow it down, but it hasn't worked. The Chargers just have exploded.
2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. You just heard the voice of Brad Dewitt. I'm John Gaskins. Couriers have the ball, and another steal in the backcourt. Brant Wassenaar picked it up, missed the finger roll lay-in, well defended at the rack. Dell Rapids got the rebound. Now they bring it down quickly. Tried to dump it on a baseline cut, intercepted, tipped away. Up ahead and an easy lay-in for Bennett Wassenaar. Hot potato ball movement for the Chargers off the defense. A 13-0 run. Other side, beautiful little floater, a teardrop in the lane ahead of the full court press for Chaden. And this has become a bit of a YMCA noon ball game right now, 38-22.
Yeah, it's the first bucket, though, by Chaden, who's their leading scorer.
Brant Wassenaar airballed to left of the key three, but it became loose. Bennett picked it up, filed it inside, and at 6'11", Griffin Goodberry was wide open for the easy lay-in. And his 13th point, 40-22. Couriers kick it out, left corner three is down. They beat the press. They're doing that about half the time. 40-25 SFC lead. So finally Dell Rapids gets some points on the board to stop the bleeding. They're on the and here's a pass inside. A two-handed slam, Griffin Goodberry taking the pass from the left wing, and that doesn't even draw really much of a roar in this crowd. They're so used to it.
I guess so.
I guess so. It's a 15 points for him. 17-point lead. The Couriers get an attempted alley-oop on a baseline cut that misses. The Chargers pick it up, and now it's Bennett Wassenaar. Faked the three in the right corner, zipped it up top, now to the right wing. Three down for Cole Snyder. And it's a 45-25 SFC lead. It's falling apart for Dell Rapids. They get pinned on the far sideline by three different Chargers and then a right wing three. Britton Mulder, 48-25. This is an avalanche. Here's a right lane, right-handed scoop, missed ahead of the defense. Jaden, rebound, long pass. Brant Wassenaar driving baseline out to Goodberry. Bucket and foul inside. A basketball clinic that only the images on Metro Sports TV can really do justice. It's 50-25.
Well, we've had a lot of First Dakota Bank three-point makes, and we've had a hard time getting them in there. But get this, Sioux Falls Christian has scored 25 points here in about 3 minutes. I mean, they are just on fire here as we see a Vance Thompson Vision replay of their last three-point make.
3-point play for Griffin Goodberry, 18 first half points, 18 seconds remaining, 15-point SFC lead. Couriers have it with a shot clock off, and another steal out on the left wing. Bennett Wassenaar, a bounce pass from the corner, and now the Chargers with 5, with 4. Deep three, I mean really deep in and out for Britton Mulder, right of the key. Del Rapids picks it up, flings it just shy of the timeline toward the hoop. It line drives underneath the backboard, and we've reached halftime. South Dakota State men's basketball coach Eric Henderson is in the house, and he has to love what he sees by his 6'11 commit, Griffin Goodberry. He has 18 points, and the Chargers just finished the first half on a dizzying 26-5 run to take a 51-25 lead into the locker room. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt. We'll have stats, we'll have highlights, all coming your way on our halftime show on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, and KWSN.com.
Have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you. With a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
All have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
Almost courtside. Technically, we're in the weight room. It's one of the few
yes.
high school facilities, or facilities, period, where you get to call a game from a weight room. Brad Newitt just finished doing some squats. I was over on the bench. It's halftime, and the number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Christian Chargers flexing their muscles. A 26-5 run to end the first half, a 51-25 halftime lead here on the Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1 radio and on TV, Outlaw Channel 13.2, and live streams at metrosports.tv and dakotanewsnow.com. What did we just see those last 2
I don't
or 3
know.
minutes?
Well, get this. Sioux Falls Christian scored 35 points in the second quarter. And, John, 26 of them, honestly, came in about the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, it was just a flurry. It was creating turnovers. It was getting fast breaks. It was kicking it out for First Dakota three-point makes for Sioux Falls Christian. We see some of the highlights here on Metro Sports TV and Dakota News Now right now and what this Sioux Falls Christian team's able to do. The thing that really impressed me, John, is how well they share the basketball. I mean, we don't have official stats in front of us, but I would guess that well over half of Sioux Falls Christian's made buckets came off of assists. And meanwhile, Dell Rapids is trying to keep pace, but it's just impossible, right? The Sioux Falls Christian team just wears you down with their defensive pressure and the way that they play the game.
Yeah, they really cranked up the full court press in the second quarter, especially on that run. And so either Dell Rapids couldn't get across the timeline or turned it over in the backcourt, or turned it over, getting it into the front court, back to the backcourt. And even if they were breaking the press, they were still their shots were so wild that, oh my God, we beat the press. Let's get a shot off. Let's get to the hoop. And Sioux Falls Christian would close, and they would either miss a shot or turn it over that way. I mean, there were some highlights though. This was a 25-20 game with about 3 or 4 minutes left in that first half before the Chargers just tallied up buckets in droves.
Yeah,
and it's led by Griffin Goodberry, the 6'11 center. The senior, the Gatorade Player of the Year, off to South Dakota State, wearing number 22. You see him in the backcourt defending on this possession. A nice backdoor cut for Jackson Petwell, who leads Dell Rapids with 6 points. Here's Griffin Goodberry gliding through 3 defenders. He makes it look so easy. 2 of his game high, 18 points on the night. But there have been plenty of other contributions. Brant Wassenaar has 9 points. Cole Snyder has 7. Britton Mulder has a trio of trays for Sioux Falls Christian, and it all adds up to 51. They are well on their way to 7-0 and 7 straight games, scoring at least 69 points. I think they're going to get past that average of 75 unless they really take the foot off the gas.
Yeah, I would agree. Right now, being at 51, they're well on their way to doing that. And I mean, that's the key. Sioux Falls Christian has just been able to get the pace of this game where they want it, and we see the result of this, and this is exactly, honestly, what they did against Hamlin in the second half here on Saturday on their way to beating the number 2 team in the state.
The top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian girls also able to glide past Dell Rapids tonight, 76-48 in the first leg of this doubleheader. We have another one coming up on Friday night as we look at some girls' game highlights on Metro Sports TV. Washington and Jefferson at Jefferson High School on another couple of Avera Game of the Weeks here on the simulcast on Fox Sports 98.1, metrosports.tv, and dakotanewsnow.com. 6:45 pregame. It's and we're looking forward to that on Friday night. Eric Henderson is in the house for South Dakota State, the head coach. And there he is. Looking good and probably feeling pretty good about wrapping up Griffin Goodberry before his senior year.
Yeah, I mean, to see his recruit have 18 points in the first half, that's his assistant coach Rob Klinkenfuss with him, and they're definitely happy to see what Griffin Goodberry is going to be potentially for his program. You know, you look at a 6'11 player that can run the floor like Griffin Goodberry can handle the ball. We saw Griffin Goodberry make some really good passes in that first half as well. Plenty of dunks to go around, but he can step out and shoot the three. So a real versatile player that I think, John, is going to have a great chance to be a terrific college basketball player in the Summit League. So Eric Henderson here taking in the game here tonight, so good to see him in the house.
Yeah, it's been there for 6 years now, of course, taking over for TJ Otzelberger, who left for initially UNLV, now has the third-ranked team in the country at Iowa State, who in its reserves has the former Lincoln star, J.T. Rock, who we had so many times on our Avera Games of the Week here in Sioux Falls. There's Griffin Goodberry. He's the J.T. Rock now of South Dakota high school basketball. 18 points, two-handed dunks in that first half. And we start the second half, 51-25. Top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian the lead, looking to go 7-0. Dell Rapids has won 4 in a row. And inside immediately, a lob inside, and just an easy turnaround, little look from about 4 feet away over defenders for Griffin Goodberry. He now has 20 points. It's 53-25 Chargers.
And honestly, he's kind of made it look easy with those 20 points.
Yeah, he does often. We had the game on the radio on last Tuesday, a week ago, where he just kind of quietly poured in about 19 in a win at West Central. Couriers get a bucket to make it 53-27. Start of the second half, mostly full gymnasium. Mulder bounces it from the right wing inside to Goodberry. He spins around unclothed, rifles a pass over the left wing. 3-ball way too strong from the hands of Snyder. Rebound Dell Rapids on the far side of that shot. Couriers get it quickly down inside, back up top. SFC in a man-to-man defense. Cloth at 6'11", Goodberry at 6'11", defending him. To the right corner, back up top. Warriors taking their time, patient when they can beat the full court press. Now a right baseline drive, kick out, intercepted pass. Mulder got the interception. Out ahead, 2 passes later, it's Brant Wassenaar flying right in. This team is so quick and skilled with the ball. They get it down quickly, and Wassenaar, quick as a cat. 55-27, pull up, free throw line jumper. That's off the mark for Pay. Rebound, guess who? The Goodberry. And here come the Chargers left to right, up by 28. Cooper Goodberry left of the key. Wide open 3 is in. The assist came from the left wing. As you mentioned, Brad, this team likes to pass.
Yes.
58-27. The Chargers have started the second half on a 7-2 run in the first 2 minutes.
Well, they just make you pay. If you don't get matched up and aren't out on shooters, I mean, they just drill it. Another First Dakota three-point make.
Couriers just trying to navigate their way through this man-to-man defense. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Deep in the backcourt is Anderson. He tries to file it back. It's across the timeline. It's stripped away but recovered, and now we're down to 3, down to 2. A steal at half court. Brant Wassenaar, another easy lay-in with the right hand. That was a troubled possession that did not end well. And Wassenaar now has 13 points, 60-27 SFC. And another bobble right off the fingertips, another steal, Wassenaar. He bounces it ahead, and that time it is stolen away by Dell Rapids as the Chargers were trying to break down the lane. Getting in front of the bounce pass in the lane was Lincoln Fursdahl, but he could not keep the ball in bounds. So Sioux Falls Christian inbounding it, and Cooper Goodberry blocked by Cloth on the inbounds pass. A long pass up ahead, an easy layup ahead of the defense, left-handed for Carson Pay. 7 points for Pay. It's 60-29.
Well, Cloth's been able to challenge Goodberry a few times at the rim. That's 2 6'11" guys matching up inside.
Oh, what a pass. Brant Wassenaar tried to zip it hip high on a baseline cut. It was intercepted, but then stolen back, and then Griffin Goodberry finishes off an easy drive down the lane. The assist came from underneath by Cole Snyder. Goodberry now has up to 23, I think.
Yeah, 22 of their 62 points.
He's matched his number on his jersey, 62-29 SFC. 4:20 remaining. Cloth got in front of an attempted steal and the two-handed jam. Lob came from top of the key. Cloth was mid-post right of the lane. And that's what happens when you can't get the steal. It's an easy lane for Cloth, who only has 4 points.
I tell you, there's been 5 dunks in this game, though. You don't see that a lot. That many dunks in South Dakota basketball. This has been an entertaining dunk fest.
The Chargers missed a right wing 3. Wasner got the rebound and then just dumped it inside to a right baseline cutting Griffin Goodberry, who lays it in. This is a basketball clinic. 64-31 SFC the lead. Left corner 3 on the way. That is swished. Dell Rapids gets a clean 3 from Chaden. His first tray of the night, 64-34. 3:30 remaining now in this third quarter. And easy pass, bounce pass, easy shot. Cooper Goodberry from about 8 feet away on the baseline. No defense was there. Cooper now has 9 of his own points, 66-34. There's still 3:20 remaining in the third, and SFC has 66. It has gotten away from Dell Rapids after being within a couple scores most of the first half. Left wing 3, pull-up is short from Anderson. Rebound, though, goes to Cloth for Dell Rapids. Fires it from the lane, back outside. And then a pull-up left elbow off the dribble from Anderson. Drains through for a 66-36 SFC lead. A long cross-court pass in the left corner. Griffin Goodberry and Cloth jump ball for it. It goes out of bounds. Griffin, it's off of Cloth. It'll remain SFC ball. 2:45 remaining in the third. It's SFC by 30.
And Sioux Falls Christian has just been impressive the entire night. They came out of the locker room, again, didn't let up on their intensity, forced some turnovers, and got this to a 30-point margin now.
They inbounded underneath their own hoop. They have a right baseline drive. Nichols off the bench. No look pass to the left wing. 3, Snyder. That grazes the net, air ball, and a rebound underneath by Chaden. Here come the Couriers, right to left, down by 30. 2:10 left in the third. Man-to-man defense. Handoff at the free throw line. Stepping back beyond the arc, kicking it out left wing. Here's a slash, pull up. Anderson mid-post, no. Nichols the rebound, up ahead for SFC, all the way to their right wing. They get it down quick. Nichols back right of the key for 3. No, off the left rim, out of bounds, off of the Couriers. SFC keeps it and, in fact, gets a fresh 35. So Griffin Goodberry with 24 to lead the way. He has taken a rest on Mike Scouten's bench. Might be it for the night. Inbounds pass goes to Mulder, who is stripped of the ball. Wanted a foul on Fursdal, who got the steal for Dell Rapids, brought it across half court. And now a drive just colliding in. Easy lane for Tad Chaden. Chargers had a couple defenders in the area code. They didn't close at 66-38. Chargers have it. Brant Wasnar right of the lane, into the right corner. Snyder, mid-post, back up top. Here's a 3. Drano, easy peasy for Britton Mulder, who has 4 3-pointers.
Yes.
69-38 Chargers.
Yeah, another First Dakota 3 is Sioux Falls Christian, man, is just on fire. We don't have the official stats, but they got to be shooting close to 50% from the three-point line in this game.
Oh, man. 4 for Mulder alone. He's getting looks from GPAC schools. So the Couriers down by 31. This third quarter has gone by in a flurry, especially if you're from Dell Rapids. 40 seconds remain. They've gone inside, they've gone outside on this possession. A steal in the backcourt. And here's a drive, a lob. Oh, a lob back. And trailing down the lane, Carson Nichols finishes it off. Great passing, unselfish ball for the Chargers for another easy look, 71-38.
Yeah, give the assist to Bennett Wasnar on that play.
Meanwhile, a foul on Sioux Falls Christian as Lincoln Anderson was kind of running and pulling up in the high post.
Wow, look at that on our Vance Thompson Vision replay on Metro Sports TV. I mean, hockey assists there, really. I mean, as 2 Sioux Falls Christian players just playing back and forth there, and beautiful fast break basketball by them.
The SFC foul was the first of the entire third quarter. It was on Cole Snyder, his first of the game. The left-handed free throw is swished from the hands of Lincoln Anderson. He now has 7 points for the Couriers. And Mike Scouten has already tapped deep into his bench beyond the normal rotation at the end of this third quarter. Second free throw in, 71-41. The Chargers have 12 seconds to work with. Carson Nichols deep back left, slashes in the lane. Tried to kick it to the right corner, but it's picked off. Picked off by Chaden across half court to 3, to 2, pull up, top of the key 3, left of the mark, hits the glass. We've reached the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls Christian 71, Dell Rapids 40, and we still have 8 minutes left on our Rivera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
News now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in primetime. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls, your first alert station.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
That's right. Not when you're down by 31. Start of the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls Christian, the number one team in the state at home, looking to go 7-0. A 71-40 lead on Dell Rapids. This game was 25-20 late in the first half. The Chargers on a 26-5 run in the last 3 or 4 minutes of that half to take a 26-point halftime lead. They've extended it by 5. Mostly reserves on the court and running clock now, as the lead has gone above 30, and Cloth, 3 tries inside. No Griffin Goodberry at 6'11" to match his height. He gets a bucket for Dell Rapids on his third chance off 2 offensive rebounds for his 5th and 6th points. 71-42 is the SFC lead. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt. Deep 3, Brant Wassenaar off the back iron from the right wing. Rebound, though, Bennett Wassenaar missed it. Brant Wassenaar got the rebound. He fired it back out, a missed jumper from the free throw lane, and then Dell Rapids got the rebound. The Chargers, the Couriers, bring it down. Long 3, right of the key, missed by Anderson, rim and glass, and now picked up by Jade Van Dunkersgood for Sioux Falls Christian. And long 2 inside the left of the key, Wassenaar, Brant missed it, rebound, drive up ahead, Sioux Falls Christian catches up, and so a nice move, but a missed 5-footer for Fursdahl as he put on the brakes to get an open shot. Missed it, though. Chargers rebound. They bring it down. And again, the clock might not stop much at all this fourth quarter. Brant Wassenaar, a right lane jumper, draws a couple golf claps, 73-42. And now Dell Rapids sending in an entire slew of subs. And for Brant Wassenaar, this has been a quiet, check that. Bennett Wassenaar got that bucket. He has 6. His brother Brant, who was still in the game until a moment ago, has 13. Again, Griffin Goodberry, the South Dakota Gatorade Player of the Year, has 24, and he checked out mid-third-ish. And we've had a little conference here, a stoppage. A timeout was called. I think Dell Rapids.
Yeah, they called a timeout. I don't know what the question was.
Yeah, there's some confusion. But anyway, 6:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 73-42. Sioux Falls Christian the lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Has more than 40 years of experience providing great hospitality and focusing on providing seniors the full life. We have restaurant-style dining. We have a health and fitness club, wonderful life enrichment activities. We have wonderful team members who are here to be your support systems and your friends. Health services care team members who will help you in any level of care, assisted living, and then 2 levels of memory care and early memory care support. All of those things are at your fingertips when you're here at All Saints.
Six minutes remaining. It's all a formality. Top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian leading Dell Rapids 73-42 almost entirely reserves on the court at the moment, as the Chargers have done their damage, up by 26 at half. And now, as mentioned a couple moments ago, it is running clock. Once a team gets up by 30 in the second half of a South Dakota high school basketball game, the clock will run. There will be no stoppage when there are out of bounds and fouls. The only thing that can stop the clock is a timeout, that like the one we just took. And meanwhile, it remains running clock until the lead gets below 20. And so I think a lot of parties involved here with all reserves on the floor are certainly ready for the clock to run out. 5 minutes remaining. We've had missed shots by both teams on both ends of the floor. Nice chance for these young men that mostly play JV ball or sophomore ball or freshman ball to get some playing time in front of the varsity crowd. There's a baseline runner that is airballed by Dell Rapids. Nichols, a backup, a long outlet pass, and then a baseline drive is cut off on an interception. Couriers pick it up, driving, 1-on-2, wild fling at the glass, cleaned up, put back is good, and a bucket for Dell Rapids to make it 73-44. Jace Brendy, a sophomore, picked up the miss on the drive from Caden Smith for the Couriers. A reminder, every three-point make we have had tonight has been brought to you by First Dakota Bank. Dell Rapids has knocked down 5 three-pointers. Britton Mulder alone has 4 for Sioux Falls Christian. And then Cole Snyder has 1 as well. That's actually only 5 for the Chargers. The free throw was missed. It was made. Sorry, 73-45. Sioux Falls Christian the lead. So the Chargers very much, Brad, look like a team as a three-pointer comes in from the left wing, and that'll get the crowd popping. Nice, light, bright pink shoes, and a three-pointer for Mitchell Hofer, a sophomore, 6'4" forward at 76-45. And then a block on the other end for Sioux Falls Christian on a baseline drive. That was a nice stuff by Cooper Strandy. But the ball goes out of bounds. The whistle's blue. We may have had a foul. Nope, it just was out. So Dell Rapids will get the ball underneath its own hoop. 3:40 and ticking, a 31-point SFC lead.
I tell you, the Sioux Falls Christian student body's gotten more excited about some of these young guys out here playing and making plays, the JV players, than they did about some of the varsity stuff that the varsity guys are doing.
Like, no kidding. I mean
you made the comment.
Like
they're just used to it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, two-handed jams by Griffin Goodberry. If he's already had a couple in the game, it's kind of like, yay.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was just, I thought there were some times I was like, man, this is pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're the number one team, you're used to it on your home floor.
That's right. 76-45. Again, the Chargers, as Dell Rapids turns it over. They threw it from the backcourt left, tried to kind of roll it inside. The ball just rolls right out of bounds. Inside 3 to go, it's still 76-45. I mean, the Chargers are always one of the best teams in the state. They're rarely out of the top 5 in the last decade. Another 3 almost goes down for Strandy, and the Couriers get the rebound as he hoisted it from the left corner. But they won state in 2016. They won it again in 2021 for Mike Scouten. They've had back-to-back runner-up finishes. The first year, Dakota Valley was the team. I mean, they had at one point, Brad, something like 50 straight wins over the course of a couple seasons. And the Chargers threatened him down to the wire in the fourth quarter in 2022 or 2023 as Strandy comes in to get a block shot inside as Dell Rapids went for it. A foul is whistled. Clock still runs with 2:05 left in the game, and a couple free throws are coming up for Stratton. Tony's off the bench for Dell Rapids, guard, and he swishes the first free throw, 76-46. Then last year, the Chargers were ranked number 1 almost all year, won all of their games, 25-0. Hamlin, under a former Mitchell head coach and Todd Neuendorf, able to get a 3-point state title win. Heartbreaker, and really the saving grace for these Chargers was everybody was back. I mean, they had a chance to redeem themselves, and boy, do they look unbeatable in the first 7 games.
Now, they're definitely on a mission to win the state championship. That is the goal for them. And I tell you, I mean, it's impressive what they've done here tonight and really this entire season. I mean, they have not really been tested significantly at all up to this point.
It's become a game full of reserves on the court the last few minutes of running clock here at Sioux Falls Christian. 76-47. Number one Chargers with the lead. And Dell Rapids, if you're just tuning in, 25-20. They were right there. They were hanging in there most of the first half. A 26-5 run to end the first half by Sioux Falls Christian. Just a flurry of turnovers and layups and some threes. And that was the latest tidal wave to knock out an opponent. And they've extended that lead now to 29 here in the second half. Under a minute to go. And we'll have our American State Bank player of the game. I don't think that's going to be a big mystery. In our post-game show. And then we'll get you set for a Friday night doubleheader. It's the Avera game of the week, but we have 4 games of the week this week, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to correct you on that. We just have a boys game on Friday.
I was just thinking I got that wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a boys game at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, the girls aren't playing that night. We will have some other boys doubleheaders later in the year in February, but that one, Friday night, will feature Washington taking on Jefferson.
3 games of the week, not too shabby. Both of these tonight dominated by Sioux Falls Christian. A last 3-ball attempt at the end of the shot clock with 12 on the game clock for Strandy. This time it's airballed, but he got his moment. He got a 3 a couple minutes ago. Dell Rapids with 4. With 3, we'll just dribble it out. And this game is over. Number 1, Sioux Falls Christian, 76. Dell Rapids, 47. The Chargers are now 7-0. And the Couriers fall to 5-4 with their 4-game winning streak snapped. And I tell you, Brad, Sioux Falls Christian, they get about their average, 76 points tonight. They're averaging 75. The running clock kind of...
That's about the only thing that slowed them down,
from getting up to 80, maybe 90. Post-game show is next from Sioux Falls Christian on our Avera Game of the Week. The Chargers get the sweep. Both number 1 teams winning handily tonight. In fact, by very similar scores. Girls 76-48, boys 76-47 over Dell Rapids. On Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you. With a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in prime time. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
All right. At Sioux Falls Christian High School, where the Fortress was certainly protected, the top-ranked Charger girls beat Dell Rapids 76-48, and the number one boys take down the Couriers 76-47. So SFC's girls are now 9-0. The boys are 7-0. John Gaskins with Brad Newitt on our post-game show, and it was pretty elementary and really to script tonight. A look at our highlights on Metro Sports TV from the second half, which was mostly running clock, Brad, because it was already a 51-25 SFC lead at the break. Once it got to 30, the clock literally ran.
Yeah, Sioux Falls Christian did a great job just coming out of the locker room and extending that lead. But these are things that they were doing all game long, right? That was forcing turnovers with their defense and turning that into fast break opportunities. That time you see Brant Wassner finishing there, and he had a terrific game, I think, of like 16 points. Mm-hmm. And so it was a nice play there. And there just wasn't enough of that there, like we see there for Dell Rapids, where, Cloth got a nice transition dunk, but it was too much of Griffin Goodberry inside in the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers.
The script is followed for SFC. Their two leading scorers on the year had their two leading tallies tonight. Griffin Goodberry, the 6'11" Jackrabbit to be, poured in 24 points, and he was done by the mid-third quarter, else he probably would have done more damage. But there was so much help. Brant Wassner, the second leading scorer, averages 14, scored 15, as you mentioned. And then we've seen so many other highlights by the likes of Cooper Goodberry, who had 9, by Cole Snyder, who had 7. Britton Mulder, who wears number 23, you probably have already seen a couple of his trays. He had 12, all off of 4 3-pointers. Bennett Wassner had 6. And for Dell Rapids, Lincoln Anderson led a balanced scoring ledger with 8. Our American State Bank player of the game?
Well, there should be no surprise, right? I mean, Griffin Goodberry was terrific in this game. And it was right from the get-go, right? I mean, he was just a dominant player in the low post, had a couple dunks early on in this game, had another one in the second half as well. But it was his passing too, right? The rebounding, the passing, the full package that we saw out of Griffin Goodberry here. And what do you know, his college coaches were here watching from South Dakota State as Eric Henderson was in the crowd. And, I mean, he put on a show for us here tonight on the home floor.
And he's waving to us right now. That's super cool. And the Jackrabbits looking to bounce back from a couple tough road losses to teams that should be near the top of the Summit League standings. But a great night for Goodberry. 24 points in a 76-47 win. Every three-pointer tonight was thanks to our friends at First Dakota Bank. 5 of them for the Couriers, 6 of them for the Chargers, again, who get the DAC 12 dual doubleheader sweep. Brad, an impressive night of hoops.
It was, and Sioux Falls Christian shows why they are ranked number 1 on both the boys and the girls side with some dominant performances. And I tell you, the way they're trending right now, I mean, this school could bring home 2 state championships. There's still a lot of basketball left to play, but right now, through about the halfway point, both of those teams look really impressive. And it was great to be here tonight. We want to thank Micah Thompson here, the athletic director at Sioux Falls Christian, for all their hospitality and helping us get set up. And great to do a doubleheader here from this gymnasium.
It sure was, and we're right back at it with another Avera Game of the Week on Friday night when the Washington boys visit their crosstown rivals from Jefferson. A 6:45 pregame and 7 p.m. tip is slated. For Sam Newitt, our technical director, for Sam Tasted, our whiz on the floor with the camera work that you've been watching right now, Noel Schaefer, of course, with the camera work as well, and for Brad Newitt, I'm John Gaskins. That is it for the television broadcast on metrosports.tv, where you can go back and watch the replay of this game, dakotanewsnow.com, and the Outlaw Channel 13.2. We thank you for those images and colors as they flew through the air. We have more on the radio as our post-game show continues from Sioux Falls Christian on Fox Sports 98.1, AM 1230, and KWSN.com.